Hello. Hello, hello. Sorry, I started stream 2 minutes late today. I was too nervous. No, actually, my computer restarted itself again, so I need to look into that. But I was really nervous for the scoring this week because I genuinely thought I might be going home. But I can already scream. We made it. We made it. We're on to this week.
I guess. To reach 30, let's hecking go.
Sweetie, what the heck? 30 months. Thank you so much for being a strong growing planty for such a long time. Please do enjoy all of the sub perks and also on tier 2. Thank you so much for that support. That is wildly appreciated. Thank you. Please enjoy all the subby perks, okay? And thanks for also wanting to wield the green sword and also for already such a long time. I really appreciate it. But we made it through. We placed 5th this week, which we're now in the top 10. So we placed middle of the top 10 with a build that I was not entirely happy with. This wasn't the finest build. I genuinely think this was the worst one I did for the whole season. So the fact that we placed 5th with something that I wasn't like 100% happy with, I feel like I can breathe, especially because I feel like this week we're doing something really cool. And then what if we get to the finale? Then I have to build Hobbiton. I'm really scared of that. But hi, it is so good to see all of you. I totally did not say hello yet to anyone. I just blurted about the scores and everything. I also was very stressed at the beginning of stream because I literally came to my desk. Everything was supposed to be set up. I come here and my computer is just shut off. Well, no, restarted, but all of my apps were shut off. And I have no idea why. I don't understand. I put everything ready. I locked my computer and I went for dinner. And within the past half hour, my stream or my computer just restarted itself. When there was nothing running. Like I had apps open, but I wasn't doing anything. I wasn't streaming. I wasn't gaming. Nothing. I wasn't even using my PC and it restarted itself. So I need to look into that, I guess. Not very excited about it. However, let me actually say hello to everyone. Let me first see who got the first 5 for today. I see Molly, I see Ellie, I see Pinja, I see Tanisha, and I see Sweetie. Congratulations on snatching one of the first 5. I hope you enjoy your part of the cool crew of today. Thank you so much for being here early as I start the stream. Let me say hello to everyone who watered the plants. Molly, welcome in. Pinja, welcome in. Melissa, welcome in. And thanks for cheering me on. Sweetie, welcome in. Tanisha, welcome in. Ellie, welcome in. Anna, welcome in. Esther, welcome in. Micah, welcome in. Koki, welcome in. Allison, welcome in. Koki, thanks for cheering me on. Horizon is welcome in. Emmy, welcome in. Nuts, welcome in. Mama Sim, welcome in. And thanks for also cheering me on. Idle Whimsy, welcome in. Rose, welcome in. Manders, welcome in. Noisy Arcades, welcome in. Tara, welcome in. Lois, welcome in. Thank you for those 2 follows while I was starting up the stream. I really appreciate it. I hope both of you are doing well. Lydia, welcome in. Cece, welcome in. Andy, welcome in. A gamer mom, welcome in. And Ellie, thanks for cheering me on as well. I appreciate it. But based on chat, you won last week. Well, I won last week, and this week I placed 5th out of 10. So there were 2 eliminations this week. Because there were also 2 early eliminations and we were left with 14 and we needed to go down to 10 for the second to last round. And there were 2 early eliminations of people who decided to step away from the competition because they were too busy. And then there were 2 people eliminated this week and we placed 5th. So we were not even at the bottom, which is good because I was really scared that I was going to be there. I genuinely thought we were going to get eliminated this week. I don't know why, but I wasn't feeling good about the build that I submitted, and it makes me so happy to realize that it was still good enough. Also, Ina, hi, welcome in. I hope you're doing well. It is good to see you. And also, Hopeful Weirdo, welcome in. It's good to see you. Hello. Enjoy your crochet pattern or writing it down. Good luck. How many cuts will be after this build? 5 again. So every single week there were 5 cuts. However, the previous week there were actually six people who left because there were 6 people who didn't submit their build on time. How many more points first place got? So we got 65 and first place got 68. The build was enough, truly though, yeah. So there was 3-point difference. So first place has 68, second has 67, third has 67, and then me and fourth person have 65. I really like the build. Thank you. Thank you. I feel like the additions that I did over the weekend of adding like a shisha lounge and a hammam, I think really made a difference, because only the restaurant on its own, I think it was good, but it wasn't quite up there. I did get the personal feedback, so I would like to read it. Let me see. Ooh. Oh, actually, a lot of good feedback. So we are fourth, not fifth. Well, if you do that, then technically we're third, because the second and the third place are also sharing a place. So then technically I'm a shared third place, and there's a shared second place as well. Also, Ali Rose, hi, welcome in. I made it to the next round. I did, yeah. Also, Sim Saga, welcome in. And Mary, welcome in. It's good to see all of you. Hello, hello. Of course, good luck with cooking. I hope it goes well. But things that people are saying is beautiful build. Love that you incorporated various different venues into your build. Love the relaxed modern vibe. It seems like a fabulous place to visit. Aaron! Thank you so much for the 3 months. What the heck? 3 months. That's a brand new sub badge. Please enjoy it alongside all of the other subby perks for a whole month more. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm going to put everyone on the sub board in a little bit. I'm going to make sure to update it. I just want to make sure to check the feedback of this week, because it might be that they say something that we could still incorporate, like a point of feedback or something that they would have liked to see differently, that we can still incorporate into this week's build. So I just want to make sure that we kind of go over it. Great take on the build. Unique choice. Love the use of the canopies. Okay, I feel like actually more people mentioned the canopies, but I think a lot of people liked the front terrace, which is good. Love the exterior of the build and the color scheme, and how this actual restaurant mixed modern Egypt with its culture and history. Just did such a great job in replicating the real restaurant. Love the details and the stark contrast in color schemes between the restaurant and the lounge. That's actually, the lounge is very, very colorful. Like I added a lot of carpets on the floor. I added a lot of colored lights. So it's very different to the restaurant that we built on stream. Also, Petra, hello. It is good to see you. I could actually show you guys when we go into game in a little bit. I think I'm going to show you guys the finished product of the restaurant, because I just realized now that I haven't shown it at all. And since I think we have time for it today, I can just give you a little bit of a tour of the finished product of last week's build, because literally the restaurant wasn't even finished when we wrapped up on Friday. I spent like another 4 hours building on Saturday in the weekend. So let me see. Someone said, I want to sit there and enjoy the heat and breezes. I love the clean modern feeling of this build. The details feel purposeful. That's good, because that was really the point of this build. I was trying not to over clutter. Hi Lords, good to see you. I did make it into week 5. I was so nervous for today. Also, Petra, did I say hello? I feel like I said hello, but now I look back at chat and now I start to doubt myself. Someone said, stunning, such a pretty build. I love the use of multiple inspirations in order to represent even more Egyptian culture. The interior feels so airy and welcoming no matter which part of the build you look at. Oh, the construction is very well crafted. To the reference photos, the exterior and interior are beautiful and elegant. Colors are used in the best way. I like that the construction company added extra details to the construction, which in this case was hammam. Yeah, I added a hammam to it, and I think that was a good call. Love the restaurant and the lounge. The lounge is so colorful. You did a beautiful job. Great build. Yay! I like the idea of mixing ancient and modern Egypt. The blower area with the sofas is my favorite part. See, a lot of people really liked the part where I put all the canopies over. Thank you for cheering me on, Aaron. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. This is such a faithful recreation of your inspiration images. I think some terrain manipulation or terrain paint would be beneficial to the exterior because the walking stones, as they are, look a little underwhelming compared to the rest of the build. Okay, that's actually a very valid point of feedback. I can agree with that. While in the reference, they are surrounded by piles of sand, rugs, and floodlights. Okay, we can definitely take that. I think we're taking that into account for this week. I know you were nervous, so I was so relieved when I saw the results. I was so relieved as well. I was like, what if we already completely finished this week's build and we're actually out of the competition? Like, what if that happens? But very cool modern build. It was interesting to see a restaurant that wasn't traditional while still showcasing the culture of Egypt. It also shows the evolution of its progress into modernization, which is amazing for a country that is known for its history. It was also very similar to the inspiration photos. Nice. Undeniably, your project presents an excellent combination of traditional and modern architectural styles, providing a different approach to this week's challenge. I think that is also something that made me scared. The fact that when I saw everyone's results in the Discord, I realized that everyone went for like a bazaar type of build and they made it really like Arab inspired. And I was like, I'm the only modern building. And then I realized, like, what if the judges don't like this? But it looks like they actually kind of were on the flip side of that argument. And they actually liked that I did something different, which is good. But also it can be really scary to do something like that. I think you may have chosen the lighter tone to give the sandy vibe of the brick. Let me see. Wait. The only thing that I would change to be the wooden roofing on the terrace. So it would be consistent with the color of the windows. Ah, okay. But I would have liked it as well. I think I would have liked the contrast, but IRL, it wasn't black. So I just really tried to stay true to the original picture, but I think it would look better if there was more contrast. So I can see where that comment comes from. Also, Jazzy, hi, it is really good to see you. How are you doing? I hope you've been well. Also, last week I also stood out. So they actually, like, every single week, everyone writes feedback about all of the challenges. And then if there's a build that actually stands out to them, they give a little extra comment. And this week I stood out to one or multiple judges, and it was one because there's one comment. Rosannatxt, I love the vibe of her build. It seemed like a cool and breezy place to get out of the heat. Last week we stood out to multiple judges as well. Let me see. Last week we stood out to 3 judges, like as in the person who they kind of get to pick one person that stood out to them. Thanks, Tup and Petra, for cheering me on. I appreciate it. But I think this feedback is good. I can agree with it. I can see I can see the point of feedback of making sure that there aren't parts of the build that just feel randomly empty, so to say. Also, Red Queen, hi, welcome in. It's so good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Okay, now that we've done all the hype and stuff over me, also I was just about to say notification went out, right? But it didn't go out in the Discord. Now that we've done all the hype about the whole building and stuff, how is everyone doing? I hope you guys had a fantastic Wednesday so far. I'm gonna grab the subboard, and while I update it, I would love it if you guys tell me how all of you have been and how you're all doing today. Because that's very important at the start of Steam, to do a little vibe check with y'all to see how what everyone was up to today. Let me see. Sweetie with the 30 months. Actually bonkers. That's a second 30 coming in. I love how short your name is, Sweetie. I've been checking from time to time to see if you were live, but no luck. Today is a good day. Also, if you ever want to know when I stream, Jazzy, I share my schedule on Twitter Instagram and Discord. So I can fully understand that some people might not want to join a Discord server and stuff. So I already always shared it on Twitter, but then I realized a lot of people don't have Twitter either. So I've started sharing my schedule on Instagram as of this week. So I know that you follow me on Instagram, so just in case, I will make it like a weekly highlight where you can check whenever I'll be live, if you ever want to hang out live more. But you've been watching the YouTube videos. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'm doing good. I'm very consumed by this whole Sims competition. But I miss you too. It's really, really good to have you over. As short as it gets without being partner. I think actually partners also cannot go for 4. Although you can request an exception, I think. Hi, Raven. Welcome in. I hope you're doing well. I actually had a chat with Walmart Super about this at TwitchCon about like really short names. And I think if you want a name with only 4, you can request an exception as a partner, but you have to be quite a big account for it to be approved. Today's a bit of a sad day. Oh no, I am so sorry. 102. Wow, that is a wild age though. I always feel like it doesn't make it less sad, but it does make it a little bit easier to accept in the end if someone has reached a beautiful age of 102. But still, it doesn't get easier, and mourning is a process. So I'm sending you all the best and all the hugs and stuff. Just give it time. It's okay to need time to recover from something like that. And my carrot is broken beyond repair and that sort of stuff. Oh no. But mentally I've been better than ever, so I'm pleased. That is a good thing though. Like sometimes life throws difficult things at you, but they can lead to beautiful new things, if that makes sense. So the fact that you're doing better mentally, despite all of the hardship that has been thrown your way, is actually really impressive. And it means that you're probably healing, which is a really, really good thing. Just got back from going out to lunch with my dad. Tomorrow is my first day of work. Oh, you can do it. I'm sending you all the bestest of vibes. I'm medium to mild, enjoying my job, just feeling really tired all the time. Hoping my body gets used to the long days in the office. Can be rough. It can be definitely a thing to adjust to. And it's also okay to need time. And it's also really, really, really okay and valid if there comes a point where you realize that maybe working full time in the office is just not something that you enjoy. I think a lot of people are realizing nowadays that 5 days working from 9 to 5 in an office, it's not necessarily the dream because it's really tough. It takes a lot of energy out of you, and that's also completely valid. I'm very good. Been playing Sims for pretty much the whole day. Oh, nice. Are you playing a specific challenge, Micah, or like what are you playing currently in The Sims? Lydia, thank you so much. That's very sweet of you to say. I appreciate that. What the heck? Emma, yeah, exactly. But I think she had to request it. I don't think she just was able to set it to Emma. Lois, that's very kind of you to say. Thank you all so much. Can I just say, every single time that someone opens up about things that they're struggling with, and I like see the community come together and just uplifting each other, not just here in chat, but also in the Discord, it makes me all fuzzy because I'm like, it's so cool to see a bunch of people that basically just met through a Twitch chat be so incredibly supportive to each other. That's like, it warms my heart. So thank you guys for all being so super freaking awesome. Awesome, Moira. Hi, welcome in. It's really, really good to see you. That's okay. No worries, Jazzy. No worries. I was just saying, like, just in case you ever want to check, then you can always check there. But I can fully understand not being able to adjust your life to someone's stream schedule. I would never, ever expect you to. Today's been intense. I've been more or less been having back-to-back meetings. Oh, those days are really rough, huh? Those days can be so rough. I hope you have some time to relax tonight, sweetie. I always hate days with back-to-back meetings. Like, I don't mind meetings, but I need some time in between to, like, collect my thoughts, you know? It's not my dream, but here I am. Yeah, like, we live in a society where a lot of jobs require 9 to 5 office, which is definitely not the dream. There we go. It's updated. That took a while, but I did it. My office jobs gets to me sometimes, which is completely valid, by the way. Can we just acknowledge the fact that working in an office can be really overwhelming, overstimulating, intense, energy consuming, soul draining, if you are unlucky? I know that for some people, they're like, yeah, but it doesn't sound like a really hard job. You just sit behind your desk and do your stuff. But that's kind of what makes it soul sucking sometimes. Not so berry, and I'm building a big mansion. Oh, nice. Oh, big building project when you have the whole day. That's like the best kind of Sims day. I don't think I could go back to working in an office since I've been work from home full time since 2020. Yeah. I feel like for some people, working from home full time is also a nightmare. Like, some people genuinely do not like working from home, but I think this is one of the very few positive things that came from a whole pandemic. Like, I would never want to go through a pandemic again, but the fact that a lot of companies were really hesitant to work from home. Like, for instance, Top Desk, you weren't allowed to work from home at all. And now it is so normal. And for people with spicy brains or disabled bodies like me, it is so incredibly beneficial to be able to do a job but work from home, because the comfort that it brings to be able to work from home instead of an office, instead of having to commute and take all your stuff and like make it heavier on literally your brain and your body. Working from home is an outcome for a lot of people to maybe potentially be able to work again. Whereas a lot of people, when they had to go into an office, weren't able to work, while working from home actually gives them an opportunity to maybe not work full time, but at least work a couple of hours again from the comfort of their own home, which can make a huge difference. Working in office is such a burnout. Yep. You can work in a nice office. Like, I can also see people enjoying working in office, but it's definitely, for a lot of people, it's quite draining. Working all day, now cooking chili. Ooh, delicious. Can't wait to sit down on the sofa and become a burrito. That sounds perfect. That sounds like you have a perfect night ahead of you. Emma did request it. She wanted Emma since her actual name, but Ayo. Really? Oh, but yeah, they don't do 3-letter names. Actually, Walmart explained to me why, but I forgot. It's also really funny when I say Walmart, as if I spoke to the Walmart, like the supermarket chain. His name is just Walmart. Well, his actual name is not Walmart. I know his actual name, but since he uses Walmart online, it's weird to say his actual name too. Is anyone else super excited for the new stuff book? Crystals are my hobby, so bringing that into The Sims, so excited. I love that for you. I love that you actually are getting something that is your IRL hobby and that you now get to do it in The Sims. I think that is the best thing. I think a lot of people had this with horses. I think a lot of people have had this with other things in The Sims, like knitting, for instance. So it's really cool that you're getting your IRL hobby in The Sims. I'm pretty excited for the stuff pack. It looks like it's a pretty packed stuff pack. Like, when I saw all the things, I was like, okay, that's actually a lot of content, considering it's only $10. Like, only $10. I know $10 is still a lot of money, but if you compare that to 2 kits, all of the things you're getting with this, like gameplay, CAS, and build buy, that's like 3 things, and also 3 quite well worked out things, it seems like. For the price of 2 kits, I think it's a good deal. I think that it's actually a very solid stuff pack. Also, Lynn, hi. I don't think I said hello to you, but welcome in. It's good to see you. And Tersey, welcome in as well. It's good to see you as well. Oh, and Amy, hi. Welcome in. We live in a society. Yes. Did I not finish that sentence? Of course, sweetie. I totally understand. If you need some time away from the chat, as in, you're more than welcome to just let us know that you are not watching the stream at all, or you're just watching, but you're not modding. You know that you're always welcome here, even if you don't have the brain capacity to mod. That's completely okay. You can also just relax here, because relaxing is important. Thank you for the hydrate. Hydration is also important. Cheers, everyone. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome in. Did I not finish my sentence in
juice. It'll quench you. Nothing's quenchier. It's the quenchiest.
I love it so much, Andy. And And also very good timing. Let me see. I'm so done with it. I'd rather just have a home office job with normal office hours. That's completely fair. See, and I think that's also a thing. Like, working conditions are the preferred working conditions are very different for different people. And in the end, it's all about finding something that fits with your needs. I built a starter home for my 100 baby challenge last night. Oh, good luck with the 100 baby challenge. I do like working from an office for a marketing team. I do like it. I can see that. I think marketing teams are usually also quite open and creative people to work with. So I can see that being an enjoyable office job. Working in office, then having the type of diverse job I have. See, that's exactly what I just said. Like, it makes so much sense that for some people working in office is not their vibe and just not their thing. And for others, it works better. Allison, what the heck? That's 75,000 points. Holy moly. That is a lot of points. Thank you so much for redeeming the custom sound command. Feel free to go into our Discord, because I believe you're in the Discord, right? Feel free to open a ticket, because then we get like a little chat where we can chat, and then we don't have to use the whole like friend request on Discord thing, because it's a little bit iffy and my friend request list is really long, and then I might not see it. But you can like use the support thingy to open a ticket, and then we have a one-on-one conversation, and you can send me the sound and the text that you would like. I've been indecisive on this for months now, but you made a decision. I hope that you have a fun sound in mind. Feel free to send it to me. It can be, as long as it's like around 10 seconds long, it can be either already like an MP3 or a YouTube link that I can download it from. And then I can set it up for you. Didn't think of the text part. Well, I can also set it up without a text. If you want to think about the text and then the text will come later, that's also fine. That's what we did with Andy as well. So we can just set that up later. I've been here for a minute, but I love it so much. It works really well with the hydrate redeems. Yeah, you did finish your sentence, but it was too funny not to quote it like that. Okay, I started to think I just genuinely didn't finish my sentence. That I just said, we live in a society, which we do, surprisingly enough. I know, Andy, I am really curious to see. I can't watch it until the weekend because I'm away, but I'm gonna watch it with Scott probably. And I'm really hopeful that they did the show justice. I've already read a couple of things that worried me a little bit. For instance, they took out Sokka's character, how he's actually quite a sexist character. And they took it out because they were like, yeah, that doesn't really sound like something of this day and age to represent in TV shows. And I think that on its own is kind of taking out a big important part of the story, because him being quite a sexist person, one, is something that he struggles with a lot throughout the whole show because he constantly gets it thrown in his face. And also, he kind of has to learn how to adjust to a world where that's not really something people accept. But also, it is a really big part of Katara's character as well, because it, like, her relationship with Sokka kind of shows the type of upbringing she had and like the values that she got and why it is such a struggle for her to be a really strong and independent waterbender as a woman. So kind of taking that out of his character, I was like, I'm not sure if that was a good move. I'm wondering how they made up for it in terms of how did they make him an interesting and round character with a good character arc if you take such a fundamental part out of someone's backstory. Why do I always get Peppa Pig adverts? Have you been watching a lot of Lil Simsy streams? On Friday, you can share it in the Discord, but I won't be here on Friday. I won't be here on Friday. Also, I'm gonna start up my game because we've had the ad break. So I just clicked on Discord while I wanted to start up The Sims. My brain is braining. Wow. The London thingy. Yeah, I'm flying tomorrow. That's okay, Amy. That's okay. I was just wondering because Peppa Pig is kind of a meme in Simsy's stream. So I was like, oh, so, you know, maybe your cookies are thinking because you watch Simsy, you might have a thing for Peppa Pig as well. Yeah, I know, sweetie. That's actually pretty cool. Okay, I'm starting up my game. In the meantime, I'm quickly gonna check a message. Oh, I can answer this after stream. Happy was asking me when my flight is tomorrow, but it's gonna be so fun for you. I'm very stoked. I'm very, very stoked. I packed all my bags. The only thing I still need to do is I need to charge my headphones, but the charger that I use to charge my headphones is currently charging my power bank, so I have to wait for that. But other than that, my suitcase is packed. I'm leaving tomorrow morning at like 8:30, so also not super early, which is nice. I can like just wake up, wash my hair, get dressed, have some breakfast, and then go to the train station, and then go to the airport. And then I have such a fun itinerary. I'm gonna first go for lunch with a colleague of mine. We're gonna go to Nando's. Any UK person will know cheeky Nando's. It's always good. I love Nando's. I'm really sad we don't have a Nando's here. So we're gonna go for Nando's. Then I'm gonna go to my hotel. I'm gonna actually change, do my hair, all of those things because I obviously want to look nice for the award show. Then I'm gonna meet up with Red, and we're gonna go to this. I think for those of you who remember my previous London trip, I showed you guys that really cool kind of like Art Deco 1920s building called the Net, where they have like kind of a food court and they usually have live jazz music and stuff like that. London is the best city in the world. Yes, I fully agree with this statement. Also, Nymphleora, hi, welcome in. It's really good to see you. Thanks for cheering me on. And Ninja, hi, I hope you're doing well. London is an absolutely filthy place, but I love it. To be honest, I think London is quite clean compared to a city like Paris. I'm always shocked how gross Paris is. And yes, London is definitely still gross, but it's also, it's a big city, so I can see why. I mean, Amsterdam is also slowly turning into a really gross city, so I guess it's just the number of people. Comparing anything to Paris is rigged. That's a very valid point. I'll take it. Only a non-UK citizen would say it's the best in the world. I can see that. I can see why if you live in the UK, there might be other cities in the UK that are like better than London, and also you're probably used to the struggle of London. Although I would still love to live in London. I would very much like to live in London. Also, my game is starting up, so. Also, just a quick question. Let me know in chat with an O/ if you're up for a little tour of the build from last week. Or whether you would just prefer to go straight into building. I can do both. I'm fine with either, but if I was rich, I would like to live in London. Middle class, never. No, same, Sage, same. I haven't been to a big city that in comparison. To be honest, I've only been around small farms, rural towns. So I'm so bewildered in this dirty city talk. Well, in terms of the dirtiness of the city, you're not missing out. Like, some stuff about big cities are a lot of fun, but you're not missing out on that part. Absolutely agree with that, Nymphleora. Absolutely agree. Okay, I see a lot of O/, so we're gonna do a little tour. That sounds like a good plan. London is pretty, and I did think it kind of clean despite missing a lot of rubbish bins, but it's not the best city in the world. What do you think is the best city in the world, sweetie? Now I'm curious. Because, look, I'm a huge fan of Rotterdam, but I'm a bigger fan of London. And that might be because I've never lived there. So there is a slight chance that I'm just wrong. But I don't know, but it ain't London. I love that. Also, Finwolf and Panji, it is good to see both of you. Hello, hello. And thank you for the hydrate. Okay. Oh, I forgot how absolutely huge this build was. Ooh, I really like Oslo as well. And honestly, Oslo is pricey, but compared to London, I don't think there's even that big of a difference. No, Oslo, you typed it correctly, sweetie. Hi, Sunwolf. Welcome in. It's so good to see you. I hope you're doing well. I know the cities I've been to that I don't like. Which one was a city? This is curious. Sure. I'm curious for all of you guys. Is there a city that you went to that you absolutely did not like? Also, I had to rotate the build for it to show up correctly on the gallery. So just in case you guys are wondering why it's backwards, that's why. Paris. Okay. I was so impressed how clean Berlin is. I was only in Berlin like years ago, so I don't have a vivid memory of it. But now that you mention it, I don't remember it being dirty, at least. You didn't like London, Amy. Interesting. Okay. I'm French, but saying Paris is so valid. Yeah, I think Paris is just, it's a genuinely disliked city. You didn't like Budapest. Oh, interesting. Most people really like Budapest. Brussels is not the vibe. Okay, interesting. You also didn't like Stockholm. Okay. I've never been to Stockholm, so I can't really compare that one. You really like Seattle. I would love to go to Seattle one day. I've never been there, but I've heard good stories about it. Edinburgh. I would love to go there. I've heard such good stories about that too. It always looks beautiful. It's a hot take. I mean, I think, I was just about to say, I think Sweetie also doesn't like it. Okay, but honestly, Copenhagen is beautiful, Sage. So I would never mention that. You're from Copenhagen, right? I remember that correctly. Or am I now? Rome, I didn't like as a city. I can see that. I think Rome is very busy and touristic. I haven't been a lot of places, so I can't really say any place I didn't like. That's fair. Most Swedes don't like Stockholm. It's a universally shared opinion, huh? Yeah, I'm Copenhagen. Okay, I was like, for a second, did I remember this wrong? But I really liked Copenhagen when I was there. It was a very nice city. It was also what I really liked. It was very walkable. So we did a lot of things just by foot, which is something that I can miss in other places. Imagine visiting tourist attractions in Paris without getting mugged. That's impressive. I'd love to go anywhere in Europe, just literally anywhere. Well, come to Rotterdam. It's a really nice place. Also, Georgie, hi, welcome in. I hope you're doing so well. I haven't been to many cities, but the one of my favorites was Krakow. Ooh, interesting. I've never been there, but I would like to go, I think. I'm an ex-Londoner. I wouldn't ever live there again. Visit, yes. Okay, that's fair. Maybe my vision is just really warped because I've only visited London and never actually lived there. Also, Lauren, hi, it is good to see you. Thank you so much for cheering me on. Rotterdam is a very nice place. I agree. Also, for those of you that are interested in going to TwitchCon this year, if you're going to TwitchCon EU, I will be hosting a Rotterdam tour. I have not decided on the exact date and time yet, but I'll make sure to share it in the Discord and on all of my socials. But I will actually like properly do a city tour. You know, with every touristy thing that you can imagine in it. Might even carry a flag. But I'll be doing a city tour. Because that's just, I would love to show you guys around my city. And I think I know some funny highlights, which if you look up the most standard touristy highlights, there is some that I think are not on the website that I would still like to show you. I really liked Sao Paulo, Lisbon and Barcelona. Oh, I can totally be on the same page of that one, Lynn. Yeah. Sucks about living in the US. The country is so big that the average US citizen hasn't really left the country much. True, but at the same time, I think there's also a lot of different subcultures, subclimates, anything in the US. So even if you travel within the States itself, you can still visit many different places, so to say. You really like Brugge and Ghent. Oh, I really like those places too. In general, I like Flemish cities, I think. Oh, yes, Lynn, Barcelona is smelly. Yeah. My dad made me watch an episode on TV about the common scams in Paris before we went there with school. The TV person went there and made sure he got scammed, so we all knew. That's actually really smart. Very, very smart. Okay, I'm going to show you guys the build. So this is the outside of the build as a finished product. I also added like things like aircon units and stuff because I felt like that made sense. So there's like a bunch of aircon units on the outside. I think, so what the person said who gave me the feedback of like the stepping stones at the front, they felt a little bit underwhelming compared to the rest of the build, which I can see why. I feel like they kind of get lost in the sand, and we could have done some more detailing around those. Also, Golden Munchie, welcome in. It's so good to see you. Hello, hello. I have found my passion in life, getting scammed and then making educational content. So I wasn't just dumb. I love that. Also, Verb, welcome in. It's good to see you. And Raven, thanks for cheering me on. But yeah, the last thing that you guys saw on stream is we did the entire downstairs floor and we did the outside of the build. So every table has like a little menu card and some candles on top of it. So for those of you who hadn't seen the inside yet, I ended up changing the color of the floor, by the way. I think this is the biggest change compared to what you guys saw before I left the build, or like we left the stream on Friday, is the floor was a lighter color, but I actually changed it to a darker brown because at one point I realized everything in this room was just light brown, which made it so contrastless. Everything was so beige. I was like, no, we need some darker color, even though the original build has a far more... or like a far lighter floor than this. So I kind of stepped away from the original a little bit. Other than that, I did end up adding lights above every table, even though the OG build didn't have that either, but it was just too dark. And I felt like we definitely needed some light in here to light up the place at night. Other than that, I think I kept it pretty similar to what we already had. We actually finished the kitchen on the stream already. Fun story. I actually had a dream about this build last night, and I realized there's no door into the kitchen. And yes, that's how worried I was about the scoring of this week, because I genuinely thought that we would, you know, get kicked out this week. And I was like thinking over all the details that the judges could have seen and not liked, and I realized there's no door into the kitchen. Yeah. Also, that's how well I memorize every detail of this build, because I can dream about there not being a door. I think I have issues. Also, Mosu and Cloud, it's really good to see you. I hope you're doing well. But if you really want to play in this build, you can add a door over here and you can get rid of this little thing in the kitchen, or you can like kind of move this around. Wait, I'm just realizing now, did we do the kitchen on stream, or did I do that off stream? Yeah, the cooks just live in the kitchen. They got locked in and they can never leave. But this is the kitchen. We have a double sink, have a lot of details in here. It's kind of like a messy kitchen, especially if you look at the outside of the build. It was on stream. Okay, I was starting to doubt myself. So upstairs, I did a very similar layout, actually, to what we did downstairs. So I used the same tables, the same menu cards, kind of the same color scheme, nothing special. I added like the nice mirrors over here. Then we have a staff room over here. That's something I know that I did off stream. So very simple. There's just like a little kitchenette. I was so sure one of the windows was a double glass door. It's okay. We all missed it. But there's like a little staff room with the lockers and then all of the aprons and stuff for people that are working here. It's simple. They have like the restaurant certificates and stuff hanging over here. I think most of the time staff rooms are really simple. So I just kept it simple as well. And again, the rest of the restaurant is just, it's very, very similar to what we have downstairs. I just simply repeated the pattern. It was very much a rinse and repeat situation. We do have 2 extra hostess stations over here, just in case you actually want to play in this restaurant and your Sims don't continuously walk downstairs. And then we're going to go up, because the next floor is one that I'm actually really proud of, because it's the lounge. So like I said, I added a shuka or shisha lounge, whatever, or a hookah. I never know what it's called in English. But these things, the water pipes. But look how different it looks on the inside. Look how cozy. So I looked up a lot of pictures. Okay, hookah, thank you. I looked up a lot of pictures. Oh, wait, I just noticed something went wrong here. Something got moved. Interesting. But like there, I have all the curtains and all the tapestries on the wall and all the rugs on the floor, and like, you know, I tried to make it really cozy. In some places you can actually sit on the floor, and in some places there are sofas. Some places there's like a lot of spaces, so you can sit with a really big group. Some is for instance, this is just for 4 people, and it's actually kind of cornered off, so you can rent it out, so to say. So, and look, at night, this is literally one of my favorite parts. At night it lights up like a rainbow. Because that's actually, they have a lot of RGB lighting in a lot of these lounge spaces. So I decided to give it color and like add the RGB lighting, and especially in contrast to the lower floors of this build, the rest was so colorless. Hi Gingy, welcome in. It's good to see you. So yeah, that's what it looks like at night. Then I actually did something pretty cool, even if I think so. And you you were worrying about not getting through. I might be a little bit worried for nothing, Melissa. Also, hi Bud, it's good to see you. Hello, hello. I even included a prayer room. So there's a door over here that leads into this room, which, I'm kid you not, I looked up from Cairo, where this restaurant is located. If you have like Mecca, where Mecca would be located compared to Cairo, and then like what place the prayer carpets needed to be pointing towards, so it was pointing towards Mecca. So that's why they're all like slightly rotated, because they're actually pointing towards the correct wind direction. And I figured out what the correct direction was by looking at the sun and where it goes down. I had so much fun doing that on Saturday. I was like feeling so inspired, because like it would make sense, right? If there's a lot of people working here, a lot of people would pray multiple times a day, so they would need a place to be able to do that. So we made a little prayer room, where I also took a lot of inspiration from actual prayer rooms that can be found in Cairo. I looked up a little details. How did you place? We ended up 5th out of 10. Well, 5th out of 12, but there were 2 people eliminated, so there's 10 left, and of those 10, we were number 5. But technically, number 2 and 3 were a shared place, because they had the same amount of points, and number 4 and 5 also had the same amount of points. So technically, we were a shared 3rd place, if you look at it like that. But on the list, we were 5th. If you go upstairs, let me actually show you. I added some more like hookahs and bars and stuff up here as well before closing it up. It's a very simple space, but I think that's okay. I like that kind of, because the rooftop just needs to be simple. I love how much detail and thought you put into it. Thank you. When is this one due? This was due last week. So we got the scoring for this today. So that's why I'm showing it, because I didn't finish it on stream. So I decided to just show it on stream to everyone. That is so amazing, because the whole point of this theme, exactly, it was to learn about different cultures. So, but we placed 5th with this specific build. And then I was left with this side of the build. And remember how I said that I was like, oh, maybe I should turn it into a conference center, or I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do with it. And then all of a sudden I had a realization. I was like, you know what they have? A lot of places have bathhouses or like public washing spaces. The Romans basically invented bathhouses, and it was actually adopted somewhere back in the 1400s by Morocco, and they started calling it hammams, and you also have them in Egypt. I've actually visited a hammam, and it's a really nice place. Traditionally, most of them are, they're always gender separated, and most hammams are for women, whereas most hookah lounges are for men. So I was like, you know what? There's a restaurant where everyone can go. There is a hookah lounge where probably the men would go in the evening, so then the women can gather in the hammam. So I made that. So when you enter, there's like a separate door here. There's a little reception area where you can just pay your entrance fee. Then there is the first hot spring bath kind of place, which I kept very simple, because thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome in. Because I felt like that made sense to kind of keep it simple. I also didn't want to add curtains, so I kind of added this to kind of block the windows. but not really, if that makes any sense. And then on the other side, a lot of hammams actually come with a tea room where after you have relaxed and washed yourself, you can get a cup of tea and you can sit and have a drink. Also, hi Bizo Plays, welcome in. It is so good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate it. People, we have a fellow builder from the Builders Games in chat. I really like doing this build, but I was saying to the chat earlier, I was really nervous because I thought I might get eliminated this week. But this build has kind of like, it has a plant water garden when you walk into the tea room, and then back here there is a tea room where people can just sit and relax and they can hang out. And then if you go upstairs, there is the changing rooms over here, so you would kind of have to walk around this pool to get into the changing rooms. There's also the toilets over here, and then there's another thermal bath because you need multiple places to bathe, of course. You can get a massage done, so there's 2 massage tables over here and 2 massage chairs over here, and then there is 2 sauna or hot air rooms in this area, and that's the hammam, basically. So that was the idea. I could live there. I would love to visit this place, actually. I'm going home every week for the smallest of reasons and full of stress every Wednesday morning. Yeah, same. I legit was just saying as well, I had a dream about this build last night, and I woke up and I was like, oh my God, the kitchen doesn't have a door. And it is true. It is true. There is no door into the kitchen because I forgot to add it. It should have been right here. But I was dreaming about it. So I guess I'm a little too invested. Maybe. Possibly. But this was the build that we did last week. So I didn't get to finish it on stream last week. So now you guys know. And today we're going to complete, because I'm 100% sure. It's just a secret door. No one knows about it. Exactly. It's very staff only. Only staff knows where to find the door. Let's see. We're going to open the build for this week. For those of you who haven't seen what we're building this week, the challenge for this week is South Korea, or Seoul specifically in South Korea. And the assignment is to find a road intersection in Seoul and recreate it and kind of make a city scene out of it. The build will be judged by interior, exterior, and landscaping, and the lot cannot be bigger than 50 by 50. And it must include 7 cars, which I think we did. And the inspiration that we're using is, so I actually went to Shanghai when I was 20, something like that, 21. And there they have a lot of kind of raised pathways over the bigger roads so that pedestrians can cross the road without actually obstructing the traffic. And I was like, oh, maybe they have something like that in Seoul as well, because I know that a lot of Asian countries have something like this. So I just Googled pathway or like pedestrian walkway over road Seoul, and I found this project. I immediately fell in love with it because it's not just a pedestrian walkway, but it's also a sky garden. So I was like, oh, that actually immediately kind of caught my interest. And then I later found out, thanks to Hollow, that this project was actually designed by both technical and landscape architects from the Netherlands. So somehow I managed to find a Dutch project in Seoul. And we've been taking it as inspiration, so I'm not literally recreating it again, which I did with the Egypt build. I really focused on all the details to try and make it look exactly the same. But for this one, I'm taking inspiration from the concept and making a Sims version out of it, but I'm kind of trying to keep the corner or like the key points from the build in it. So we worked on Monday and Tuesday. We worked on the whole city scene kind of below the walkway. So there is a bus stop. There's a little area with some vending machines. There's a little water feature. Under the ramps that lead up to the walkway, there is different little things that you can do. So over here, there are some game tables. Over here, there's a little market where you can buy fresh produce and boba tea. There's some road construction or like a little sinkhole, so you need to watch out for that. Over here, there's a little yoga area and a little bit more food stalls for the people that are working in these offices. They can come down during their lunch break, get themselves something to eat. more offices with some parking spaces. And then obviously we have the big roads kind of going across the city with all of the cars because we needed to include 7 cars. Also, thank you so much, Bezo. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. And Zebra, welcome in. It's good to see you. I hope you're doing so well. And then today we are actually left with decorating the walkway. And something that we figured out yesterday, because at night, this is not just lit up by, you know, light posts like there is on the street. It is actually lit up by all of the plant pots, and they have some sort of a bluish glow around them. So yesterday, by the end of stream, we figured out how to do that. So I'm going to probably place a lot of plant pots today. There's a broken concrete item in Get Famous. Ooh. We can see if we... this is already quite detailed, so... But, I mean, your finds so far have been really good. So I need to check that out right now. You said Get Famous, right? Live edit from Get Famous. Sometimes I see things and I'm like, oh, what is it? And then I grab it and it's nothing. Of course, Lynn, enjoy your shower. I hope it's nice. You mean this one? We could add that, like, maybe somewhere on the road. It's sad that it's so dark. I still like it, though. Like, imagine if it's like this, and then this is next to it. You're like, kind of like, what's going on at this corner? Like, something's not right with the drainage at this specific corner. We could add it. I think it's a fun detail. Okay, so let's start by selecting what kind of plants we want to put in the plant pot. Because this one, the reason I was really happy I found it yesterday is because we can size it up and we can size it down and it will continue to look good. So I think I want to have a couple of bigger ones, which we can put a really big tree. Ooh, enjoy making hot chocolate. I've been here since 8:20 a.m. and now I just realized my HR app errored and didn't clock me in. Oh no, I'm so sorry. That sucks. Can you not like clock in backwards if you... I mean, obviously you probably wouldn't be able to do it yourself because then everyone starts doing it. But wouldn't you be able to like register a ticket with HR or something to let them know that you've actually been working or something? Okay, so something that we could do again. Why is height max is on? There we go. Email to my boss. He knows it's just annoying. Yeah, I can imagine it being annoying. So there is something that we can do where we can kind of like do what we did before. And that is use actual plants and hide their pot in... Does that come in colors? No. The pot changes color, but... But I'm now starting to think... I'm not sure if that's going to make the most sense. Because you're always going to see the pot. So I think I'm just going to go for actual plants. I think this one would fit really well into this one. So I really like that. I'm definitely going to keep that combination. I think this one either needs a big bush. Something like this. Actually, that could work. If we use tool to make it the right size so it doesn't stick through. Or we just raise it up a bit more. That's cute. I like it. It feels quite full, which is nice. And then the tiny one. What do I add in the tiny one? I feel like we could use that in another big one because I do like how lush it looks. I really like how that looks. I know there's also in like the inspiration pictures, there's kind of a section where they have a cherry blossom tree, which we all know I'm a really big sucker for cherry blossoms. So I wouldn't mind adding a small cherry blossom into one of them. How did you make the blow glue? The blow glue. Sure, Rosanna, the blow glue. That's exactly what you asked. Glow blue. We hit a street light. And then we change the color of the street light into blue. Hi, Crazy Cat Lady. Welcome in. It's good to see you. I hope you're doing so well. Okay, let's start adding the plant pots. Do we have any other good pink flowers? Because I feel like if we're going to make a section of the walkway just have pink flowers, I think that could be cute. But then we do need a little bit more consistency. Because this one is cute, but it's just... Well, we could actually add it as like a small one. Thanks for cheering me on. Thank you, thank you. And hi, Molly. Welcome in. It's good to see you. Does that work as a small one? Actually, I don't like it. I don't like it. Also, Promise Potion, welcome to chat. I hope you're doing well. It is so nice to have you over. What's the build lot? So the build that we're doing, if you do exclamation point challenge, actually, I can do it as well. Wait. Because then I can immediately make it a pinned comment for today. I think that might help. But what we're building is based off of that inspiration and that specific little challenge. I'm part of the Builders Games in The Sims, which is a competition hosted by Simmers for Simmers. And every week we get a brand new challenge. And this is the challenge for this week. And the lot that we're building on is Twin Oracle Point in Newcrest. Thank you for the hydrate, bud. Thank you, thank you. I earlier sorted by pink. Let's see. We have these ones, but I feel like they're a really big mismatch for the vibe of this build, to be honest. Oh, maybe like a little rose tree. That could be cute. That has like pink, but also stays consistent of mostly having like trees and bushes, I think. And we could maybe do one. Hold up. We have the same cup. I still love that. I'm actually thinking when I go to the States this year, it's not going to be until September. So there's going to be probably a while, but I'm going to get myself another Stanley Cup. And I might get the big one. Because this is the medium one. And I was like, what if I also get the big one? Then I can pick whichever one I want to use. And also this, I've been using it a lot for tea. So that doesn't make it the most ideal for anything else later. If that makes any sense. Because as soon as you use it for tea, there's a lot of tea stains in it. So also, hi, Lottie. Hello, hello. I hope you're doing really well. It is good to see you. Okay, I just quickly need to grab this light and just place it there because we're not gonna need to copy and paste that every single time. I think I want another small one. Also, Criminologista, welcome in. It is so good to see you. Hello, hello. I hope you're doing well. And hi, Brittany. Welcome in. It is good to see you as well. Thanks for cheering me on. I appreciate that. How chocolatey do you all like your hot chocolate? Because I don't like milk, so I always add extra hot chocolate, which is super fair, honestly. I do like milk, but I prefer to make it with like soy milk or something. You're doing good. I'm really glad to hear that. I'm doing good as well. I'm thoroughly enjoying building. I've been having so much fun. I was actually thinking the other day, I was like, what if the builders games are going to be over? Then what am I going to do with my life? As if like I was being very dramatic, obviously. But I've been in such a nice flow because there's a deadline. So every single week I'm super, super motivated to make another build and just, you know, keep the vibes going. And then I was like, what if I get eliminated and what if the builders games are over? What am I going to do? I wish I liked almond milk. I know a lot of people really, really like almond milk, and I genuinely wish that I liked it too. Because a lot of coffee places these days only have almond milk. Let's go, Ellie. Let's go. I like oat milk. Oh, jealous again. I wish I liked it. I only like soy milk and coconut milk. Thanks for cheering me on, Zebra. Thank you, thank you. And thank you, Criminologist. I appreciate it so much. That's very sweet of you to say. I mean, if we get through after this week, if this week we get into the top 5 with our build, hi Blob, welcome in. It's good to see you. Then we're in the finale. And then we have 2 weeks to complete the final build, which is definitely going to be a big challenge because like I've mentioned it before, but we would be building Hobbiton, which is not an easy task. I think we can all agree on that. Also, Danny, hi, welcome in. Thank you for watering the plants. Do you have Dummel over there? I've never heard of it, so I'm guessing no. Maybe we have it, but I've never heard of it. Peanut milk with chocolate. I've only ever had peanut milk when I was in Asia. I've never had it here. Also, Stopper Satellite, welcome in. It's really good to see you. I hope you're doing so well. I think those 3 together are nice. Then we need another one over here. And maybe we can add a second one to it, like a smaller one. I might want to repeat the pink one after all. I do think it looks pretty good. We're gonna need bins again and stuff too, but for now I'm just kind of trying to get a general layout and then we can go from there in terms of like detailing. And we also need to add a lot of the blue lights everywhere. So, also Kiyoteru, welcome to chat. It is so nice to have you. If I said your name wrong, please let me know. I did my best, but, or if you have any other preferred nickname. Do you use CC for this build? No, this is all done with items from the game itself. I do use a lot of debug and live edit, but those are all things from the game. It is definitely a pack heavy game, so I'm using a lot of stuff from expansion packs, but no CC for this one. I do have a lot of CC in my game though, but for now it is turned off. I think I might want to do a repetition of this one with like the plants, the pink plants. Oh, that is placed not very nicely, Ro. Good job. There we go. It says chocolate toffee. Wait. I'm gonna need to see a picture of this really quickly. I think I've seen it. I've never had it. But I could get it at IKEA indeed, yeah. But I've never had it before, so I wouldn't be able to tell you if I like it. You know what? I'm not sure if that would work. Probably have to size it down quite a lot. But I think this one, I just really like how it looks if you put it in a planter box. And since we've used it downstairs, I think it will make sense to kind of repeat it upstairs too. I already want this in my game. I'm going to upload it to the gallery. So if you want to grab it, it will be there. I was going to say at the end of stream today, but that kind of depends. I think I'll be done with the build, but I'm not sure if I'll upload it immediately tonight or if I'll do that over the weekend, because I want to make sure, like, because it's for a competition, the upload to the gallery is like the official submission. So I want to make sure that everything's correct before I upload it. And I don't want to bother you guys with like checking all of the details before I upload it, because that's a slightly boring task. Okay, we're just gonna add a bunch of clutter everywhere. We're gonna need a lot of plant pots. That's the thing. Because the original bridge also has so many plant pots. Gonna be great when we need to place all of the blue lights. I can do that one again. I haven't used that in a little bit. Thanks for the lurk. Thank you, Lena. And also thanks for cheering me on. I hope you're doing really well today. Okay, I'm starting to like how that's coming together. I think we could do another bigger one over here. Because we kind of have the space for it. Thank you for the follow. I do appreciate it. Thank you. And then maybe 2 like there again. Oh, didn't mean to do that. And then we can have some more benches in like different places. Again, not everywhere has to also, like, not every planter also has to have a bench next to it, but I do like the idea of some sort of consistency. So that one can go over there. What are you using? What are you going to use as a railing? Nothing. Unfortunately, that's the only thing that I haven't tackled yet. And also, I've kind of accepted that I probably won't be able to figure out unless any one of you geniuses in chat, because you guys have been such a huge help on figuring out problems like this. Since this is a roof, I can't add a fence to the side of it. So for now, the ramp doesn't have any railing, which IRL would be super, super dangerous and people would never be okay with. But since it's The Sims, we don't really have this problem. So I feel like maybe we can get away with it by just not adding it at all. Ooh, that's giving a huge drop shadow if I size it down too much. So maybe not do that. We can use that one. We've already used that one. Trying to figure out like which one I haven't used that one. Maybe I could just use this one again. Hi, Tara. Welcome in. It's good to see you. I hope you're doing so well. Okay, I'm just going to put a whole lot of these then, because it's a bigger pot. So we need it to fill it up. There we go. Okay, I think that looks cute. I like it. Can't you place a hedge from plants? Well, the thing is, it is diagonal and curved. So, not really. Even if I tool it, it would be quite hard. And I also feel like it probably wouldn't look right to have plants when all of the rest of the railing is super modern. And since it's not like a diagonally straight line, it's like there's a slight curve to it. I feel like that makes it even harder. So unless there is like a roof piece that we can use that actually snaps to the roof. Hello? But even then, see, it's gonna look really awkward. We could use debug fences, but then again, they don't curve, which is what makes it really hard. But we could try if we really wanted to. Thank you, Tara. Is there any fence that would even remotely match what we're trying to do style-wise? That's the thing. They also don't rotate that well. Like, see, they just get warped, but they don't really rotate. Exactly, Aliros, exactly. Nimsa, hi, welcome in. It's good to see you. Hello, hello. The only way I see would be to use a glass divider or debug fence and tool it a lot. Yeah. Which one, I don't think I have enough tool experience for to do that. Like, I just tried to do it, but the whole rotations in tool really genuinely make my brain hurt. I don't have the 3D vision to do it for some reason. But I would definitely have to tool it. What about windows? Put them on a half wall and size up.
Hello, sweetie.
Hi, Charlie. Welcome in. It's good to see you. That looks like post, then something that looks like rope or string. Yeah, but I would still have to tool it to a degree that I don't think I have the skills for. I think that's my biggest challenge here. I heard River's song. You heard correctly. It's Charlie's sound command. Hi, Pondelet. Welcome in. It's so good to see you. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing really well. Look, we have a ladder. Don't know why the ladder is on the side, but we have a ladder. See, it doesn't rotate. It just squishes. I don't understand how people use tool. But I'm not a person who can use tool to rotate things. So I think the ramps are just not going to have any railings. Also, I'm guessing you're asking Charlie, Gingy, for the top 5 doctors list. Because I wouldn't know. I haven't seen it yet. I feel like we also need plant pots over here. Because that area is really empty right now. So how about we do one bigger one and maybe 2 smaller ones. Oh, bold. It's a bug. I've had it before. It's very annoying. Oh. Great. We're having a tool bug, and I made Mickey Mouse. Oh, well. To be honest, I think it looks fine without a railing. I obviously would have liked to make a railing, but I'm also accepting my limits and the limits of the game, if that makes any sense. Like, there's a point where you just have to accept defeat, I think. And in The Sims, I just want to... That's what I wanted to copy. And The Sims, that point comes earlier than one might like. Eco Lifestyle has those lines in the wall. Hi, Hollow. Welcome in. Which one do you mean? Okay, okay. I'm just gonna... No, you know what? I'm just gonna say this. I don't feel motivated to do it. I can look into the catalog, but I'm just not interested in doing it. That's a very simple answer. Thank you, Eggroll, for the hydrate. I appreciate it. It is just... It's too much work for such a marginal detail on a build like this. If you look at like everything that is in this build, I think having railings on the ramps is not going to make a difference. You're doing great. I'm so glad to hear that. I'm doing pretty good as well. Thank you for asking. Maybe we can have... No, that feels too close to that cherry tree. But I also don't want to do this big bush again because we've already done it right over here. But I do want a big planter over here. So I need an extra plant. Something that fits with the pattern, but also doesn't break it. Interesting. Oh, actually, I could use this one. Because we've been sizing it down all the time. We could just do it like that. Actually, that looks pretty good. To go with our big melon. Yep. Yep. Cue the music. The lighting is so pretty, right? Every single time I put it on like the morning lighting because look at the day lighting. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's just really bright compared to the morning lighting. And I like the evening lighting as well. I think the evening lighting is pleasant to look at as well, but the lighting in the morning is just so stunning. Are perfect for this build, right, Hollow? That's what I thought as well. I found them in the debug catalog and I was like, yep, you're going home with me. I want one of those over here. And then which one can I put there? Maybe that one again, because I haven't... Although that doesn't really... No, I can do that. Oh, thank you, Charlie, for the save reminder. I appreciate it. I'm gonna place these plants, and then we're gonna do a save. Which might be a dumb or dangerous thing to do, but... I am doing it. There we go. Let's save. After being used to the soft light, seeing the light where they... Exactly. Where are my sunglasses? Yeah, that's exactly the feeling I get from it too. Break time soon? Oh, thanks for the reminder. Yes, indeed. We're going to do break time soon. So in 2 minutes, we're going to have a round of ads, which is always the moment that I take a little break to make sure that you guys are not missing me building or playing the game while there's ads running. So we're going to do a little ad break in a second. Let me add some more bins and some more benches. Hi, Steph. Thank you for the lurk. I appreciate it. Let's see. There we go. Some have grids surrounding them. What do you mean grids surrounding them? Do you know? Yes, Lena, we did. We placed 5th out of 12. So I am really, really happy with that. Hi, Mora. Welcome in. It's so good to see you today. I hope you're doing really well today. I just said today twice in a very short time, and all of a sudden the word didn't sound like a word anymore. Okay. We're gonna have a break in a minute, so I'm gonna already do this. If you want to know how cute you are today, no, that's not the deal we made. See, 82%, much better, much better. What is in the fridge for me? Let me see. Milk. Well, actually, I'm gonna go to my actual fridge and get myself some ice cream because I still had ice cream. And I didn't have my dessert yet today. So I'm going to take a little break. Please make sure to also use this time to practice some self-care. Get yourself something to drink, something to snack. Do some stretchies. Wiggle your butt so that your legs actually get some rest. Also, hi, Rotten Lady. Welcome in. Hi, Alex.
Can I have some ice cream too?
No,
also,
I love you.
Hi, I love you.
I love you. Shush. I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be back in 5 minutes, and then we're going to catch up, and I'll bring ice cream for everyone, okay? See you in a little bit. Hello. I made it back. With ice cream. Look. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. I'm gonna give a bite to chat, okay? Here you go. I hope you enjoy your bite of ice cream. I have cookie dough. Are those? Yes. All of my actual bowls were in the dishwasher, okay? So I needed to get my plastic bowl. I feel like a little toddler. I have a plastic bowl because I can't deal with an actual one. I'll break it. That would drip. If it would drip on my desk. I could clean it. Also, Alex, thank you so much for the 6 months. That's half a whole year. I'm gonna add you to our sub board. I know I ran into the break, but that was because there was an ad coming. Fondolette, what the heck? Thank you so much for gifting that sub to... I need to breathe. Thank you so much for gifting that sub to Mora Mora. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you for paying forward your gift sub. I appreciate it. I'm going to add you to the sub board as a sub gifter for this month. And I'm going to add Alex with the 6 months as well. That's a brand new badge. Enjoy it. Alongside all of the emotes and the ad-free viewing. Thank you so much for gifting that sub to Amy as well. Amy, please enjoy all of your subby perks for a whole month, courtesy of Pondelet. Thank you so much. There we go. Look at your shining on that board. Well, Amy, there you go. Now you have one next to your name. Also, Starlight, welcome in. Welcome in. It's good to see you. And thank you so much, Pomlet. That's very, very generous of you. Thank you for welcoming in 2 planties into the jungle. There we go. Look at your name shining on that support. Also, Nimsa, thanks for watering the plants. But thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. Let's get back into the build. Also, for those of you, I just realized that I didn't really show it that much in like last hour or so. But this is the build we've been doing so far. So the assignment for today, hi Robin, welcome in. I hope you're doing really well. The assignment for this week is to build something that is inspired by South Korea, Seoul. And I actually found a building or a build. The assignment specifically was to create a road intersection with at least 7 cars. And there were a lot of more things. It is a pinned comment above chat right now. Or if you want to know more, you can do !challenge. But I've been trying to take that as an inspiration and kind of make our own version of it. So we've worked on Monday and Tuesday a lot on kind of the street downstairs. So we have the main road with at least 7 cars. Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, we have enough cars. Just wanted to make sure. And there's like a bunch of high-rise buildings because Seoul is a very, very modern city. So it has a lot of high-rise buildings. And then I tried to recreate kind of little areas across the city. So there is a water feature. Seoul has a lot of water features as well. There's a bike storage. There's a couple of vending machines. There's like a little play table area where people can either play chess or mahjong because that's a very well-played game all across Asia. Over here, there's a fresh produce market and a boba tea stall. And then there is something going on with the road over here. So you better watch out if you're driving or walking here. Over here is another space for some more people to get some food, some ramen, stuff like that. And there is a little yoga spot over here. Here in the back, we have another water feature because, again, a lot of water features in Seoul. And this was mostly inspired by the fact that when I traveled to Shanghai, I saw a really big kind of walkable bridge across the main roads to make sure that people that like the pedestrians are not keeping up the traffic. So they can just walk freely without disturbing the traffic and the traffic can flow freely without disturbing the pedestrians. And I was curious to see if there was something like that in Seoul as well. So I just Googled walkway over the road Seoul or something. And then I found this project, which funnily enough is made by architects, both technical and landscape architects from Rotterdam. Not just the Netherlands, but specifically Rotterdam. So somehow I've managed to find a project. I had already picked that I wanted to do this one before finding out the architects are from Rotterdam. I found a project that resembles or is close to home while being very far away from home. Yes, the buildings are debug. Yes. They're from, I think all of them are from City Living. And funnily enough, if it's dark out, they light up. Look at how cute that is. And cutting out colorful ghosts? What? What, Lynn? I'm confused. Okay. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome in. Oh, the ice cream is really cold. Oh, it's for your kiddos. Oh, you're literally cutting them out from paper. Now it makes sense. I don't know why, but for some reason that just didn't click in my brain. I feel like we need another plant pot over there because it's too empty. Just need to figure out what plant I put in it. Because at this point, I've used every plant in every corner multiple times. I think actually this one. There we go. I was reading the article and I find this part very interesting. The landscape will change according to the seasons. The bright colors of leaves of autumn, of the maples, the blossom of the cherry trees, and the rhododendron in spring. The evergreen. Wait, really? That's so cool. So basically, what we're making now is the spring version of the build. Maples, pines, and maybe even fruit trees could make sense. It could, but I don't really like the trees in The Sims. As in, they would be too big, I think. We can check. Can I search for maple? Japanese maple tree. Okay, that is a pretty tree. And I think, yeah, that one does come in green. Okay, so what if I just feel like it, because it's really tall. I feel like it might disturb the landscape a little bit. Does that make sense? Like, I feel like they're blocking the view. Whereas if I look at the inspiration pictures, I feel like most of them don't have very tall trees. All of them look really low. So that if you're walking there, you don't kind of obstruct the spacious feel of the walkway. So that's what I've been trying to do as well with, for instance, these ones. They're like tall, but they're also a little bit skinnier. Japanese maple trees are very nice IRL. Oh, I believe you right away. I think they are already stunning in game, so I believe that they're beautiful IRL. I think maybe we can just say that we're building the spring version. So I can like add it as information for the judges to read about this build. Like the walkway kind of changes with seasons. And we went for the spring version where the dominant color is pink because of the cherry blossoms. But then I can imagine that, like, if you look at this build in autumn, I think these plants will have a different color as well. You can get mini houseplant versions of the Japanese maple trees. What? I need this. I want that. I really want that. I think it is time for the slightly annoying task of placing the blue light and Yeah, I was already scared of that. I'm gonna manually have to change every single one of them to blue before putting them under the light pot. So please be patient while we get this done. Crap, I forgot to copy before moving it. There we go. Okay, I'm just gonna put them like in front of every pot so I can more easily kind of batch recolor them, so to say, and then move them underneath the pot. Mondalet, thank you so much for gifting that sub to Rotten Lady. That's very, very kind of you. Thank you so much. Rotten Lady, please enjoy all of the sub perks for a whole month, courtesy of Pondalet. That's very kind of you. Thank you so much. There we go. Oops, I didn't mean to place it in the plant. I feel like the song that we're listening to right now also, for some reason with the birds, it really fits this build. It's almost like you can hear the birds. You know what would be cool? If you could upload a build with sound effects. Like, imagine if you could upload a build to the gallery in The Sims and then people can download it with like atmospheric sound effects. You know how in Roller Coaster Tycoon you can like set up the music for a specific attraction, and then when you're playing the game and you zoom in, it actually gives you a sound effect? Or I know that, for instance, in Hermitcraft, they use it in Minecraft builds as well to add sounds for when you're walking through a hermit's base. Like, what if you could do that in The Sims? Exactly, like bird calls or city noise, or I don't know, whatever. Maybe like like a street artist playing some music, but kind of giving an ambience to your build that you're uploading. Like, I would love that. Or just even not, even if you don't upload it, just being able to add an ambiance to your build in The Sims for when you when you travel there with your own Sims. That'd be so cool. VRB emailing the CEO of The Sims. Let's just start a petition for ambient sounds in The Sims. Like little soundscapes. We already have a music feature in the game, so why not link specific music to specific lots and then also let us pick things that are not music, but just sounds. Like, I know that my game music is turned off by default because we listen to other music, but you can just go in here and then there's a whole music section. And this is all the music in the game that comes with all of the radio stations. Like, there's already music in the game. Just give us more. More options. Okay, I think at every plant pot, I have now, in fact, placed a blue light. So now I just need to move them under all the plant pots. Hi, Sakina. Welcome in. It is really good to see you. I hope you're doing really, really well today. I almost feel like these bigger ones, I actually probably need 3. Because the big ones take up so much space that I think the glow otherwise might not have like a far enough reach. Yeah, that's better. Do you know that on 5th of April, so springtime, there is a Children's Day, which is a very important holiday? No, I've never heard of that. Is that a national holiday? Or like an international holiday? Because I don't think I've ever heard of it. Um. Also, Charlie, thanks for cheering me on. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. I think Paralyze is going to have sounds like you said. Really? Oh, +1 for Paralyze. What? I'm on your ceiling? Please tell me you sent this to me. I know you sent me a lot of snaps, but now I'm... What? Oh my goodness, that's so cool. There's both a national and international one. Interesting. What is the... You mentioned very important. What exactly is the holiday about? Also, Shande, hi, welcome in. It's so good to see you. I hope you're doing really well. And Sam, hi, welcome in. I hope you're doing so well today. It's good to see you. Okay, I need 3 for that one again. So I'll do that one last. Are you even a Ro fan? If you don't... I mean... No, honestly. I want to be on all of your ceilings now. This is my single goal in life. Is to, for all of you, every single planty in the jungle to at one point get a ceiling projector. And project me onto the ceiling. Okay, but honestly, that looks pretty cool. I like how that looks a lot. I think we're definitely... I have popcorn ceiling that wouldn't work out well for you. True. Maybe you have a point there. Normal projector, but on the side. You are a genius, Panda. It still works, really? I'm just eating a bit of my ice cream before it fully melts. Children get present and spend time with their family. There's lots of family-friendly excursions too. That's pretty cool. I like that. Never heard of it before. Does it have a name? It's really looking incredible. Thank you. Okay. I'm trying to think. I'm gonna look that up. I'm curious. That looks so fun. That's really cool that I have a holiday for that. I was thinking, might it be beneficial? So look, I know I said I'm really bad at tooling, right? And I'm not gonna try to tool... I'm not gonna try to tool a fence, but would it be worth it to tool a couple of these and put them on the ramp? Although they might actually be really, really horizontal or like diagonal, and it might look really weird. Okay. Tool is not working with me today because it's making things smaller instead of actually rotating them, and it's really frustrating. And I don't know how to fix it. The reason I was thinking about this is because if you look at this right now, I feel like it looks really beautiful, but then we have the ramps and they look really dark. So I want to do something to light them up. And it might be actually placing light posts. Like, I'm not even opposed to that. The problem here is that if you place a light post, look. Oh, actually, that would go for any light then. Look how that light doesn't reflect on the roof. Like, they're out of service. I think it's fine. Your Sims cannot really fall off them anyway, so. Though there's those debug ambient lighting things. Yeah, but my biggest risk here is that the judges will be looking at this build in build mode, and then they will see those as well. So where you wouldn't see them in gameplay, the judges would see them, and it would just be really weird floating lights. Is there a roof decoration that could work? I was actually thinking about this earlier, but I don't think we have lights for on roofs. Wow. I think we just all don't care about lighting our rooftops. Which, to be honest, I'm not gonna lie, I have never thought to want to light my rooftop into a wall or whatever one's placed. Yeah, but there is no wall here. So I don't really have something to hide it in. I think that's my challenge here, is that I can't hide anything. Just some sort of edging. We talked about this earlier, but there's no way that I can make it work. Because there's a curve, and we don't have any other curved objects in The Sims. Also, hi Nintendo Gamer, welcome to chat. It is so nice to meet you, and thank you for that follow as well. I hope you're having a really nice Wednesday so far. What about the holiday decoration? That only shows up at the bottom of the roof, though, not at the top. Could you do something sized down and hidden in the post at the edge of the upper fence? I did that earlier, but the thing is, the light doesn't shine off. I'll show you. I think even with any ceiling light, I think it's because The Sims, like the game mechanics itself, simply do not have the lighting programmed into shining on top of a roof. See? The light is... I pointed at my screen. That was dumb. I tried to point at my screen to explain something to you guys. Do you see how the light shows up underneath the roof? But there is no light on the roof? What do you mean with a trim, bud? As in, like, you mean the trim as in like a fence? Because we tried that in the beginning of stream and it's virtually impossible. But the lights can be on the side of the roof. Yeah, but I want to light up the top of the roof. Because that's the part where you would walk. So that's the part where you would expect light. Thank you so much for gifting that sub to Shanday. I really, really appreciate it. Shanday, please do enjoy all of your subby perks for a whole month, courtesy of Pondelet. That is so, so kind. If you moved that light up over the walkway, it doesn't cast over. No. Look, it literally creates a line. That's how much lighting is not programmed into The Sims for roofs. I'm just finding this out now as well. I've never realized this. But like I said, I've never ever tried to light up my roof. So I'm just finding out now that we cannot light up roofs. That's okay, Lauren. That's okay. Honestly, I think this is just, we're running into the limitations of the game. Because we're trying to play City Skylines in The Sims, and The Sims is like, yeah, there is a limit to how much you can play City Skylines. Oh, you mean a roof trim like that? There's already a trim on the roof. Like, I could use something like this. And then align this so that it... Oh, didn't mean to move that. We could do something like that. Maybe that could actually help. I don't like, per se, that much how it looks at the bottom. But I do feel like it makes it look like there's at least a little edge. So that could work. Maybe that works. I mean, why would you light up roofs? A good question. I don't think I've ever done it. It's weird because you can have shadow, but exactly. So look, during daytime, there's light. It's really hard to make this precise. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. It does look a bit more finished, yeah. So I think the large trim is a good idea. Oh, come on. Bundlet, thank you so much for gifting that sub to Lauren as well. Lauren, please enjoy all of the subby perks for a whole month courtesy of Bundlet. What the heck? You are always so freaking generous, Bundlet. I don't know how to say thank you anymore. I appreciate that a lot. Also, Lunar, hi, it is good to see you. Can you put the traffic pole thingies on the trim so the trim at the bottom looks like part of the traffic control stuff? I think so, yeah. I mean, these are debug, so I can just raise them up, I guess. Keep pressing the wrong button. I never noticed that roofs didn't light. See, isn't it weird? I also think it's completely uncalled for. Like, why can I not light up my roof? To me, it just doesn't make any sense. Exactly. They can lower into the ground. I like that. I did place that horribly out of place. I was thinking, I don't think we can actually put stairs here, which is kind of sad. And I also cannot put a platform because I can't put it up to the edge. So if I want to place something there so it looks like there is some sort of a transition. Even ceilings don't light. Wait, ceilings themselves don't light up? I don't think I've ever realized that either. Also, Alessio, welcome in. It's so good to see you. I hope you're having a really good day today. What are we making? If you do exclamation point challenge, it will give you a bit of an explanation. It is also a pinned comment at the top of chat. Thank you, Hollow. Thank you. Another sloped roof and push it into the ground. Unfortunately, you can't really push a roof into the ground. It goes, I think, as far as ground level. Hello? What the heck? My rotation keys all of a sudden are not working. Now they're working again. That was weird. I can't put a roof all the way to the edge of the lot, unfortunately. But I was thinking we might have something in debug. Like a little step or something. I don't know what yet. If only I could rotate things. So roofs are like black holes. Yes, roofs are like the black holes of The Sims. Weirdly enough. That's floating too, so that doesn't really work. But like something like this, if it would stop snapping to... But do you see where I'm going with that? That's not perfect, but... No, I don't think that would work. It takes away from the clean look. Pondalette, thank you so much for gifting that sub to Alessio. Alessio, please enjoy all of the sub perks for a whole month, courtesy of Pondalette. Thank you, thank you, thank you. How about using live edit lights for rent? Well, the thing is, I don't think it's the lights. I think it's simply not programmed into the game to have light shining on top of a roof. So I think, and then again, that halo would be showing up in build mode when they're checking out the build. Made a YouTube tutorial and it finally clicked for me. Oh, but I'm having a bug. So it's not necessarily that I can't do it. It's just, it's not working. Tool's just not working for me right now. Because instead of rotating, it's sizing down items. Which I think I have to update tool for, and I'm invested in this build. But considering what we've already done, I don't think it's necessary. Let's just say it like that. I don't think we need it. And that's not because I want to like sound cocky or anything or like arrogant towards the build that we're doing, but I just think we've done a really, really, really good build already. So I think details like that are really, really marginal. And that's also, the only reason I'm thinking about stuff like this is because I have the luxury of time. Okay, that intersects, so that looks good. I'm actually thinking now that I look at it, I like it more if the poles are in front. I think it looks a bit off when they're in the thing. Exactly, Ina, exactly. There's like, we've done a lot and it's nice to think about detailing, but there's also a risk in like trying to stare yourself blind at a build. Also, Zoom, hi, it is really good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Into the ground. Well, I can extend them like that, but then they would go outside of the lot boundary. Which I guess I could do if I... Hold up. It would make it steeper. Oh, didn't mean to move that. But that does look pretty smooth. It makes it steeper, but also it looks good. I would have to size down the lights a little bit. I think they were already slightly sized down, right? Or not? No, they were not sized down, actually. Okay, there we go. There we go. Either way, looks great. I think I like this. I think I like, because also the roof trim now kind of just goes into the ground, which makes it look like a smooth transition. And also it makes the poles feel like they are in a sensible place. And it also takes out that last bit of kind of wall that we could see. I think this looks pretty good. I think it sells the illusion. So what I did is I made it one smaller, and then I dragged out that one. Funnily enough, the lights here, apparently I already sized them down. But that is a really good detail. So I'm happy that you suggested this. Apparently I didn't hold shift correctly. There we go. Which is gonna be good leg workout for whoever is going to be walking here. They're just gonna have a nice leg day. But I like it. I think that looks pretty good. It is exactly the little detail of blending that it needed for me. Pondelet, thank you so much for also gifting us up to Zoom Zoom. What the heck? That's very kind of you, Zoom Zoom. Please enjoy all of the subby perks for a whole month courtesy of Pondelet. Thank you so much. That's very, very generous. And thank you, Ina, for cheering me on. I appreciate it. I'm trying to think about, like, because again, like I said, we have the luxury of time right now. And I don't mind if we're done with this build early. I mean, I'm fine just doing some gameplay towards the end of stream. Like, but since we have the luxury of time, let me just take a quick look and see if there's anything that I think would make sense. I think the IRL build, let us look at the website together to kind of just let it marinate. So something that I do notice here is there is a lot of plant pots. A lot of them. I don't think I want to place that many in The Sims because I think it's going to get really, really cluttered. I do also notice there is a couple of light posts on here. Not too many, but they are still there. So we could maybe add one or two. 645. Okay, we're not going to do that many. They also have these little kind of like round towers, which I think are really cute, but since our walkway is much shorter, I don't think I like that too much. Ooh, I like what they did here. Can you guys see this? This kind of like walkway, it has stripes. It's not one solid color. That is something that we could do at like maybe the area where there's the little market. We could add that as a detail into the ground because I do like how that looks. I think that's a nice little addition. Also something on the road, there's arrows on the road, which we could try to recreate. We could try to add some arrows or some more like road signs or something. That could be a fun little detail to add still. So here you can see kind of the light post that they have. They're super, super modern. And here you can see that they do indeed actually have taller trees, but they're not really full yet. So they still give that open and airy vibe. Yo, that was very loud in my ears. I was just thinking that we could watch the video together, but it was just blasting in my ears. What else do we see? I'm trying to observe. It also used to be a highway. Interesting. Oh, you know what we don't have right now? Which I think would make a lot of sense. I see that there's pillars holding up the walkway. Currently, our walkway is just floating. I don't know how I didn't realize this up until now. Our walkway is currently floating in the air without any structure to hold it up. That does make it feel a little bit dumb, huh? Yeah, maybe we can add some columns or some pillars into there. I think there would be some places where that could work. So we have pathway detailing, arrows on the road. Indeed, technically we don't need physics in The Sims, but it could be nice. Thank you, Charlie, for the save reminder. I appreciate it. I will make sure to do that. Oh, it looks so nice. Oh. Cute conversation areas. I already have a couple of benches, but we could see if we can add some more. Oh, look. Oh my God. There's even glass parts where you can look down. That is something we could add. Hold up. I need to make a list. I'm going to make a list in reminders. Whatever. That's the channel I have open. So pathway pattern. Street lights. Structural pillars. Conversation. Glass. Peek. Through. Arrows on road. Let's see. I think other than that, we've got a lot of this. We have it just nailed. Thank you, Starlight, for cheering me on. I appreciate it. Obviously, there is always going to be things that I'm like, oh, we could have done that, but then I should have done that more like a tower like this. I'm like, oh, that's cute, but we should have thought about that when I laid out the first original building. I don't think it would make a lot of sense to add stuff like that in right now. I don't see anything in terms of like we have a little coffee stand or like a little coffee truck on here. But I don't feel like they have any specific areas where there is more activities. Because sometimes what you can see in parks and stuff, right? Like people have a chess table or people have something like an activity that they can do. They have some yoga. But I feel like all of that we have is now downstairs. And that makes sense because they also don't have it. It looks like they don't have it on the walkway itself over here. Apart from this one little round tower where there's some sort of a pink something. I actually don't know what it is, but it does intrigue me. Oh yeah, look, now you can see that it changes with the seasons. That's pretty cool. I like a lot how it looks like from this, where you're sitting in a building and you can kind of look outside it. You can just see people walking across the sky park. It is super beautiful. I've always wanted to go to Seoul, but now that I see this, I'm like, I really want to go to Seoul because I want to see this IRL. I would love to see this IRL. Okay, let's actually get back into the game. Now that I have a little list of things that I want to do. Okay, so I want to see if we have this one in Okay, this doesn't come in another swatch. That's slightly unfortunate. And this one has a pattern to it. That's also slightly unfortunate. And I think it's not... Okay, that we could use this, I think. Oh no, that's the one that has a pattern to it. That's literally the one that I just grabbed, Rosanna. Wow. Silly. Does that come with a pattern? Hello? No, what? It doesn't allow me to just do one line. It keeps snapping. But I feel like that might be a little bit too dark. Maybe more signs on the buildings, and instead of that little cart, you could do a little room and maybe have books and plants like the one you just saw. Yeah, but I don't want to do a little room because it's structurally that's going to be a pain in the ass, because this part in The Sims, as you can see, it's a weird shape. It was really hard to make and like without it glitching out. And I think if I were to add a room, I would have to add something that was structurally sound as well. I don't like it. But the light color is... I keep grabbing the wrong one. Maybe that one? No. Actually, hold up. This light one is slightly different. Maybe we can just do it with two lighter ones. It's going to be a very subtle detail. I can tell you that already. Like very, very subtle. AKA maybe unnecessary, but I'm still kind of here for it. Because I think it is... It just gives that whole part just ever so slightly more visual interest. Without it kind of taking away from the simplicity or... Oh my god. Are you going to tell me that I have to place these one by one? It doesn't allow me to place... Hi, Caramel. Welcome in. I hope you're doing well. Why? It literally doesn't allow me to place here. How did I originally place a floor there? I just can't place it. You're great. I'm so glad to hear that. I'm so glad to hear that. I'm doing pretty good, apart from this very annoying Sims build not allowing me to place a simple floor tile. Okay, that is the fix. Just going like that. Just doing it from the top. Sometimes the Sims really test your patience, huh? Well, we're almost there. We've almost done it. Don't forget to save. Thank you for the save reminder. I will definitely save now now that this annoying part is out of the way. Now that we've gotten that done, I'm definitely gonna save. Hello? What? What is going on with my keyboard not working? Like, I couldn't turn off the grid until I moved up a floor. I think this lot is really, really testing not just my patience, but also the game in general. Okay, so now that I have that out of the way, pathway pattern, some subtle street lights at the top so we don't just have the blue light at night. I do really like the blue light, so the street lights that we're going to place need to be subtle enough that they don't take away from it. Also, Nymphleora, if you're still here, could you let me know, because you were talking about something from For Rent, like some sort of extra light. Thank you so much for hanging out, Pondelet. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And thank you so much again for welcoming in so many new planties into the jungle. That is very, very kind and generous of you. And I'm 100% sure they all appreciate it so, so much. That is true. There is definitely a lot of objects on the lot. But I'm curious which item you mean, because we can definitely try it. We can see if it's something that works, and if it doesn't work, we can always kind of change it. But something that annoys me is that the columns here are sticking, slightly sticking through, but I think if I lower them... Oh no, I can actually lower them, and that would still look good. Okay, perfect, because then I'll just lower them one, and they don't stick through anymore. The high school ones would work better. Okay, I'll check later which ones you exactly mean, which the high school ones are. Under the cherry blossom. Wait, the light isn't in. Oh, thank you. Oh my goodness, I missed one. There we go. Let's see for in terms of like outdoor lighting. I'm just quickly gonna turn debug and live edit off because those usually don't emit that much light. I think our very first and foremost challenge is that we don't have a lot of very modern, apart from this one, very modern and simple lights. And my problem with this one, I can use Better Build By to kind of change the amount of light it emits so it doesn't interfere too much. I think maybe 85 would work. It doesn't take away from that blue light, so that's good, I think. I think it might make sense to have one at the top of the stairs. I'm like trying to think of places also where it would make sense that you have a light, you know? No, I didn't mean to tool it. I meant to shift click it. And then maybe over here, because that corner right now, also I just noticed this fence. I missed a fence post. That was silly. Also, hi Ernesto, welcome in. It's really good to see you. Could you do any floor spotlights? I could, but I feel like I'm not really placing these lighting posts to get better lighting. I'm mostly placing them because in the original build there is a couple of street lights. So I just figured it would make sense to have them. Because I think for realism's sake, you would probably have some street lights. Just to make sure that the place is like a little bit more lit. But again, I don't want to interfere too much with the blue light because I really like that. So I'm kind of just trying to figure out how I can make it evenly lit. But I think this is actually a pretty nice combo. I think this looks good. It's live edit, but you can find it in lights rather than going through the whole live edit catalog. Okay. So high school years, lights, and then live edit. So which ones is it? I would think that would be really cool if I go to the finals lore. Like, the weird thing is I felt this from the beginning of the challenge. Like, I don't even necessarily need to win. I just don't want to lose. And I feel like when you get to the finals and you're in the top 5 and you get to do the final build, then it doesn't really feel like you lose. The name is Debug, yeah. They're all named Debug, though. That's weird. It's like a glow. It's time for sleep. Good night and safe travels tomorrow. Thank you, Lynn. I already forgot. Can you believe that? I was like, safe travels tomorrow. What am I gonna do? That's the one. Okay. I see so many more that are interesting. I feel like this is only gonna work if we can tool it, which at this point, hey, it rotated. Oh my goodness. It rotated and now it's no longer. What? Huh? Are you seeing this? It rotates that way, and then when I rotate it, it rotates that way. Now it doesn't rotate at all anymore. Now it's flat again. Yeah. I'm at that point where I'm like, you know what? I'll just give up. Thank you for the stretch. The ramp is just gonna be dark. And then if the judges are gonna comment about it, I'll just tell them. I'll be like, that's because the game doesn't allow you to light up roofs. Because it's true. It doesn't allow you to light up roofs. I'm not even coming up with any lies. It's just the game is like, nope. Het is geen ramp, hè? Het is dus wel een ramp, hallo. The way I said your name so Dutch as well. Het is dus wel een ramp. Hele grote ramp. Die ramp gaat zo omhoog. Kan je zo oplopen? Why is my brain immediately so broken when I start speaking Dutch? It's just instantly, I'm like, nope, just brain not braining. Your accent is so accent. Just wait until I start speaking Rotterdam. Nou, dat is dus echt wel een ramp, hè? Daar kan je helemaal niks mee. Die ramp gaat zo de lucht in. En dan pleurt je er zo vanaf, want er is geen licht, er is geen rekkie. Of hoe noem je dat? Een hekkie. Gaat helemaal fout, deze shit. Wat een ellende. Ken toch niet zo. There you go. Hekkie? Hè? Ik heb nooit van een hekkie gehoord. Ik heb geen hekkie. Ik heb geen balkon, ik heb geen tuin. Ik heb geen hekkie. Should we try if the subtitles? Because we can change the subtitles in language, you know? Like, I can change them. We can go from Nederlands naar Engels. Als ik nu Nederlands ga praten, als het goed is, hebben we straks Engelse ondertiteling. Alleen nu is de vraag, als ik Nederlands ga praten, maar dan met een Rotterdams accent, vraag ik me af of de ondertiteling het gaat doen. Oké, nou gaan we dus even lekker plat Rotterdams praten. En dan ben ik heel benieuwd of deze ondertiteling hier nog enige zak van snapt. Want het kan natuurlijk helemaal niet zo zijn dat ik er op mijn luie gat zit te zitten en zit te gamen. En dat die ondertiteling gewoon een beetje geen ruk zit te doen. Dat is natuurlijk helemaal niet de bedoeling. Werkt eigenlijk best wel goed. Ga wel lekker. Okay, we'll switch back. But honestly, it's kind of cool. If we ever do like a Dutch lesson, I could change the subtitles. Your subtitles gave up. Yeah. They were like, we understand some of this. Well, the accent that I just did now, it's the accent from my city. It's the accent that I grew up with. So I almost feel like it's not really an accent, even though I don't speak like this normally. I speak quite, I would say accentless Dutch. In Dutch, we would call it algemeen beschaafd Nederlands. It's just like average Dutch. I can do the accent though. That's the one that I cannot do. I cannot do Limburgs. There's many accents I can try, but Limburgs is one that I no matter how many times I've tried it, it's simply not working. Those could work, but I don't like them too much. I'm kind of curious whether it would understand my accent. I'm not sure, actually. But you use what I guess is academic Dutch. No. It's cute, though, that you think that. I feel really honored. But no. My boyfriend uses academic Dutch. He is a uni student and also a very academic person. I am the furthest one could be from an academic student. I am not no. I speak proper Dutch, like kind of neutral. But if you hear my boyfriend speak versus me, I don't speak academic Dutch. Yes, I thought about that immediately as well, Steph. We used to have this person from Limburg, which is an area of the Netherlands that have quite a heavy accent. She was speaking Spanish, but with the Dutch accent. So imagine the accent that I just did, like the Rotterdam accent, but like imagine that applied to Spanish. It's just, it didn't work. Is Scott in college right now? Oh, no. Scott is 5 years older than I am. He's 33. He's been done with school for a long time. No, he works in the field of academia, though. Well, he used to be a uni student, as in, like, in the Netherlands, there's a difference between applied university, like applied sciences, and actual academic studies. So he is an academic study person, and I'm not. I did applied university, which is, like, far more practical. Like, a management study is I also didn't, I don't have a master's degree. I only have a bachelor's degree. I thought he was the same age as you. No, he's 5 years older than I am. By the way, I'm allowed to talk about my age. I'm allowed to mention the age of Scott, but no age chat. Just a little reminder for everyone. Have you ever tried any word in Portuguese? I have, yeah. When I was in Lisbon. Not that much, but I've said some Portuguese words. Although, if you asked me to say one right now, obrigada. I know that one. That's one I remembered. That is very true. You can be at college at any age. However, in the Netherlands, if you're above 30, most people have graduated and then it's really expensive to do another study. So most of the time people between the age of 30 and like 50 are not really in school, because you're then in the phase of your life where you either have a really high student debt, you're still paying your student debt so you don't have money for new studies, and then when you're like 50 and you've made it and you have like good pay, then you can start another study. Why no age chat? Because one, we are an 18 plus community, so technically there is not supposed to be any minors here. If we find out you're a minor, we will ban you, because it's very clearly in our rules. However, we cannot guarantee that there is no people that are minors here. And as soon as people normalize talking about age, even if you're like in your 40s and you mention your age, as soon as you do it, someone that is a minor might actually mention their age as well. And if someone mentions, hey, but I'm 13 or something, someone who might have not so nice intentions might target that person of like, hey, I'm also a younger person in Rosannatxt chat, for instance, and they might try to befriend the person, or might like try to reach out to the person and take advantage of the fact that this person might be young or a little bit more naive on the internet. So I just much rather keep everyone safe by not talking about age at all, so that it's not normalized and we cannot accidentally have people sharing their age when they're too young to be in this chat, or just in general super young and easy to take advantage of on the internet, I guess. No, 40 is not necessarily old, but it's more like if you're 40, you're an adult. So I expect you to be responsible for yourself on the internet. Like if you mention that you're 20, 30, 40, I'm like, okay, if someone were to take advantage of you, then I can see how you can take or handle that responsibly and not DM with people that you don't know and stuff like that. But people that are young, specifically kids, might not always be on the lookout for people that have negative intentions, you know? Of course, Lauren, thank you so much for hanging out. I didn't think about it either until other people had a no age chat and they explained it to me, and I was like, oh, that actually makes a lot of sense, because obviously even people that never type in chat, this stream is visible for anyone in the world. You don't even have to have a Twitch account. So anyone with really negative and bad intentions can literally just go onto this website, hang out in people's chat, and wait until someone says their age and see that they're underage and take advantage of it. And that's actually, if you think about it, that's a really scary thought. So then I was like, as long as we just don't mention it, those people, at least it makes it harder for them to take advantage of people, because obviously it's still the internet. So everyone always needs to be safe on the internet and make sure that you're cautious. But that way, at least we can contribute to it a little bit. Exactly. Yeah. I think that it's not just Twitch chat. I think it's a good general rule of thumb to just not share your age anywhere on the internet. I mean, I feel like in my case, since I'm an adult, I have shared my age, but also I feel like I'm taking other precautions to stay safe. And also I don't have my DMs open for just anyone. And if someone that I don't know DMs me, I will just not respond. So there's kind of like, if you feel comfortable sharing your age, it's usually because you are aware of the dangers of the internet, you know? But at the same time, leaking your age and your birthday and stuff, it does give out personal information that people at one point might use against you. Just as your real name, like your first and last name. If people know your first, last name, and your birthday, they can find out a lot of scary things about you. We had Azel. I don't know what that is. And I still follow Stranger Danger. I do not reply to randos in DMs. Exactly. It's like there's literally never a wrong time to be cautious on the internet. Because it is a very fun place. I mean, we all met on the internet, and I think that's pretty darn cool. But it's also a dangerous place, and it's also very, very valid that we're all kind of keeping an eye on each other and on ourselves. Age, sex, location. That was asked in chat all the time. Really? Wow. Especially the location part. I mean, the other two also, yikes, but the location part? Wow. Exactly, Lord. And that's super valid. That is super, super valid. To not want to share information like that. Okay, I'm just trying to place these columns in like a couple of sensible places. I think I do like the look of this column though. Oh, we should also paint the underneath. That sounds weird. We should paint the underneath. I'll just get rid of this tree because I think it actually makes sense to have a pillar over there. Oh, I was like, oh, we can place it over there, but that's literally the piece where there's no platform. Oops. Oh, actually, maybe having one in between over here would also make sense. Owen, hello. It is good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Don't reveal personal information. Use pseudonyms, stranger danger, etc. It's less enforced on the younger generation. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I feel like I even don't know all of the things. And I think my parents were relatively conscious about internet and personal informations and stuff like that. But no, people full-blown dox themselves. So tired. Oh no, what did you do? 1/2 ab, and I thought it was fake, but that's actually good. I mean, in the end, the best way of lying is sharing part of the truth, just not all of the truth. So being able to kind of do that it does work, but it's funny that people just didn't believe you. How's the building so far? Really good. We're actually doing some final detailing now. Tired as this workday? Is it almost done for you? Okay, that part actually connects to the bridge. Also, I need to ceiling paint walkway. There we go. Yeah, it has pillars there. It has pillars there. It has one in the middle over there. Okay, I think we have pillars so it looks more structurally sound. A scary number of strangers from the internet many moons ago. Thank God they were all who they said they were. It can be really dangerous. I mean, I've been in this position as well. I've met a lot of people from this community, and I was in every single situation lucky enough that the person was actually who they said they were. And I don't think I ever met up with someone one-on-one without actually 100% knowing that they were the person that they said they were. Like, for instance, I went to visit Sweetie in Sweden, but at that point I had already met once in a bigger group at a conference. So I think that's why TwitchCon is also a really nice conference, because you literally get to meet people from the interwebs in like a safe environment. And then I'm completely okay with meeting up with people one-on-one after I've met them in person once, but it's smart to stay safe. Tough day of work. Went to grab new tiles for the floor and walls for the kitchen that we're gonna renovate. The tiles were so heavy, my arms hurt. You got a full body workout from that, huh? Dinner and kids, so depend on how you look at it. Okay, that makes sense. So like your paying job is almost done, but then you have to go home and be a parent, which is also a job on its own. And I have to try and find time to play The Sims and do homework because I'm old and in college part-time for the second time. Well, that is cool though, that you get the opportunity to be in college for a second time. That's the thing. I would love to be able to study again. I wouldn't like to go to university and like do academic studies, but I would love to get another degree in something creative. I would love to get a degree in photography or a degree in design or stuff like that. But because I already finished the bachelor, if I wanted to do another bachelor studies, I would have to pay 10 grand a year to be able to do that. And most of those studies are 4 years, which means that I have to have 40K laying around somewhere. Well, if I had 40K, I would buy a house probably first before just do a little YOLO study. I would love to get another degree. Can't believe I missed the last stream. I'm a lemon. You're a very cute lemon though, Owen. But yeah, look how it looks. And at night it looks also really cool because we added the blue light in it. Sits in American. And that is even more expensive. But like, I know for instance, Ellen in Norway, she did a second master's and it was free. Do you have avondonderwijs? Yes, we do. So if you study, you can do it full-time or part-time, and part-time can be in the evenings. Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Owen. Thank you for the 100 bits.
Holy cow, it looks incredible. Can't believe I missed the last stream. Hashtag #imalemon, lemon.
Thank you for the bits. I appreciate it. Because a lot of people do that in Belgium. And a lot of people do it here as well. It's still expensive. Doesn't make it cheaper, unfortunately. I have a foundation degree in photography, and now I'm getting a bachelor in biology paying out of pocket. That must be rough. Also, Leaker, welcome in. It is so cool that you get to do both, though. It's like 20K here. The 10K is definitely subsidized a little bit still. If you do your first study, it's only 2K a year or 2.5K. So that's like, for most people, kind of affordable. That's like in total 10K for your entire studies, which is still very expensive. Like, not everyone can pay for it, but then you can also get extra loans and stuff. But to answer your question, a lot of student debt. Yes, there's a lot of student debt. There's various reasons for it. You used to be able to get a student loan quite easily with a very low interest rate or no interest rate at all. I also had a student debt. The main reason was because I wanted to move out of the house and I wasn't in a position to work enough to pay for my housing. So I actually took out a loan to be able to pay my rent. But my college or my university was paid for, or my applied science university. It's really hard to explain in English because we use different terms, but was paid for by my parents because I was lucky enough that my parents were in a position to be able to pay the tuition fee every year. I also know that a lot of people have to pay the tuition fee. They have to actually move out to go to school. I know people that have very, very high student debts, or like for Dutch considerations, very high. So like 65K is a high student debt if you're here. Some of them are actually interest free. There's also a whole generation kind of right after I graduated. They changed a really big chunk of what you always get money from our government when you go study. And when you actually finish your studies, that money will be partially changed into a gift. If you don't finish your studies, it will stay part of your debt. But if you finish your studies and you get your diploma, a part of that will actually be changed into a gifted fee. However, there's a generation right after me for like a couple of years, 4 or 5 years, I believe, who didn't get the gift part. So they had to take out everything as a loan. They reverted that because it totally didn't work and people would get really big debts. And those are also the people that unfortunately fell into a very, very unfortunate period economically. So they have quite a relatively high interest. So they have a high interest on an already higher loan. So people that graduated right after me are in a very sucky situation of, unless your parents were in a comfortable position and they could pay for your studies and you didn't have to take out a loan because you were moving out. So it was kind of a situation. The people that already had money made money, and the people that already didn't have a lot of money now have really huge student debts. So there's this kind of like group of 4 or 5 years of people that got really screwed over, basically. Is not being able to work full time. Exactly. And then wages not being high enough for you to pay the cost of living. And then having to take out a loan to simply pay your rent or be able to do groceries, which sucks. But I guess there's not really much we can do about it because, well, what you can do is vote. But the current party in power is not really in our favor on this topic, I think. Exactly, Laura, exactly. Unfortunately, that is the reality of it. It's a good summary of capitalism. And no, it really isn't great. But all you can do is vote for your leaders to do something different, and then, well, if all you can do is vote, so go vote, people, when there is a vote. But other than that, it's not much we can do, I guess. Are you excited for Movember? As in, you mean the award ceremony tomorrow, or Movember this year? Because the answer to both is yes. The European elections, yes. So go vote for that too. The award ceremony. I already thought that that's what you meant, but I was like not really sure, so I wanted to make sure. Yes. I don't really know what to expect. Apparently it includes food and drinks at the beginning. So I'm very excited to... The weird thing is, I know that, yes, it's going to be live. Yeah. Well, it's not going to be live streamed, but I'm going to be there live, and it's going to be a live event. Also, hi Manders, it's good to see you. The weird thing is, I know that I'm going to London for the award show. I know that's like the main reason for my visit. But after deciding to go for the award show, I ended up agreeing with a lot of people that I would meet up. So I'm mostly really excited to see a lot of my friends again. Like, I get to meet Red. For those of you who know, I get to meet Red Mercy tomorrow, which I have never met her before. So she's also a streamer. So I do know that she's the she's an actual person, and she's, you know, the right person. But I can't believe I get to meet her after knowing her for 2.5 years, something like that. I was hoping they live streamed the event. The reason they're not live streaming the event, my guess, is because Movember is not really a live streaming charity organization. Yes, I know that I live streamed for them, and there were a bunch of live streamers also live streaming for Movember, but the charity on its own is not really a live streaming charity. So I guess that's why. As in, it's just a normal charity who isn't... They have like a little department of people that work in the department of live streaming, but most of the charity is just a company. But I get to meet Red, which is amazing. And then I also get to have breakfast with Steffo Sims. And then I get to meet up with Happy Sims. And probably Steph is gonna join me for to meet up with Happy as well. So it's gonna be so cozy, I think. I will definitely... So for anyone, by the way, if you're hanging out here and you would like to kind of like follow along on my London adventures, feel free to follow me on my Instagram. I'll make sure to do plenty of Instagram stories. I'll probably start tomorrow morning when I'm already going to the airport and stuff, but I'll make sure to post plenty of fun Instagram stories of, well, basically anything that I'm doing. So if that's something that you'd be interested in, feel free to follow along. The link that was just posted in the chat is my website. And on my website, I link to all of my socials. Sounds like hell to me. Oh, as a person who is really... Well, I guess I'm more of an ambivert. I can be really, really introverted. I need my time alone. So for me, it is actually kind of perfect that I have 2 days with a lot of intense socializing, and then 2 days in my weekend where I'll just be a hermit. And then Scott can talk to me, but no one else can talk to me. And I don't want to socialize. I don't want to go out. So it's kind of like I bundle the activities, you know? And also, if there were people that I've never met before, I would be really anxious about it. But these are all people that I've already met before, apart from Red, but I've known Red for 2.5 years. So then it feels like it makes it easy. And I know it's going to be in London, and I feel really, really, really at home in London. Like, I've never lived there, but I genuinely feel very comfortable. Exactly, the mandatory recovery latte. A hermit craft. I should be on Hermitcraft because I'm such a hermit. Please don't put me on Hermitcraft. I do not have the talent to be on that show. Okay, so I have the little conversation areas. I added like a bunch of cute chairs. Although I think, actually, I know that it fits to have the 4 here, but I think I'm actually going to change it to 2. Because I just found it a little bit too busy. I do like the little kind of duo chairs where you can just sit and have a chat with someone. Sliding into Mumbo's DMs right now. Imagine that you could DM with Mumbo. Like, imagine that you casually know him, lore. Any reason why you feel so at home in London? Like the feeling, love the city? All of it. I feel like it's a city that I understand. Like, I feel like the city makes sense. I know that sounds very vague, but when I'm there, I feel like without having ever lived there, I intuitively know where to go. It's almost like I have lived there. You know, like when you've lived in a place and then you move away, but when you come back, you feel like you just know where the things are. I think I know more places in London that I really like to go to. And like, also, for instance, I'm having lunch with Happy, who lives in the UK, close to London. And I was the person to come up with where we're going to have drinks or like where we're going to have lunch. I'm meeting up with Red. I'm the person who came up with the place to meet up for drinks. I don't live there. They both live there. But for some reason, I just feel like I know the city. And I know that's probably also because I've been there a couple of times already. But I've never had it with any other place where it sticks so much with me, where I just feel like I just flow with the city or something. I don't feel conscious. I don't feel anxious. Even though it's a really busy and really big city, I've never felt uncomfortable in London. It's just the vibe of the people, I guess. And I know some people that I've met that actually went to London said, I didn't like how everyone was really focused on themselves and they were just not paying attention to you. Everyone was like very closed off. But I think that's just a vibe that I very much enjoy because I enjoy doing my own stuff and not having other people constantly interfere with whatever I'm doing. I just want to be doing my own thing. And that's something that you can do there very well, I guess. Jess, it's really good to see you. I hope you're doing well. You don't feel conscious? What do you mean by that? Well, that I don't feel conscious. I exist and I don't think about it. Whereas in a lot of other places in the world, I feel very conscious about my own existence. Does that make sense? I've been to Brighton, Amy. I actually had a friend who lived in Brighton. So when I went to London for work once, I took a train and I went up to Brighton to visit her. It's a really nice place. I love Brighton. It's also the place of one of my favorite stores called Lucy and Yuck. They have amazing clothes and they're located in Brighton. They have a really cool store in Brighton as well. Exactly. I really like feeling anonymous. That's also why I love living in a bigger city here. I like not intimately knowing my neighbors. And I like being able to go out in the street and not walk into 10 people that I know. I like being able to just live my life unbothered. And I know that's not for everyone. Some people don't like the anonymity of a big city, but it's so ingrained in my personality to have that. Yeah, I feel lighter. Exactly. Yes, Lucy and Yuck. It's such a good store. Every time you say London, I hear in my brain the singing version from Sweeney Todd with Johnny Depp. I've not seen that movie, so I'm afraid the reference is going like, wee. Exactly. Sometimes a crowd, if it's like a very anonymous, individualistic crowd, can be less overwhelming than an empty space. Or like not necessarily empty, because fully empty would be fine too, but empty with a couple of people. I like moving around all the time because of this. Yeah, I can imagine that. Oh, that's something we wanted to do. We wanted to do a glass peek through. I'm just ticking off the list of the things that I still wanted to add. It is from Island Living. Thank you, Hollow. I did notice that as well. So I was like, okay, I need to start wrapping up the last details. Hi, Noah. Thanks for the lurk. I appreciate it. That's why I love Brussels. I can see that. Brussels is also a pretty big city. And then I need to figure out, where do we add this little peek through? I'm almost tempted to add it over there, because it's right above the road and it's right in front of the coffee place. So I think that would be a really fun place to actually have the peek through. Also, Sufloofy White, welcome in. I hope you're doing really well. It's good to see you today. I actually like that a lot. That's a fun, quirky detail. Okay. Then the ceiling paint on the walkway should be a very easy one, but it is going to make a big difference for screenshots and stuff. And I'm almost tempted to make it... Oh my goodness. Okay, we'll do it like that, I guess. What? Can't believe this is The Sims. You're so creative. Thank you. That's a really big compliment. What if you're like super tired in the morning, getting your morning coffee and at your favorite coffee cart, and then you look down and suddenly you feel like you're about to fall? Then your coffee is unnecessary. You're immediately woken up and it had the same effect as the caffeine, and you're off cheaper because you didn't have to buy coffee. It's called Crystal something. I wish it was round though. Yeah, it would have been perfect if it was round. What? Are you seeing this? If I paint the bottom of this, it paints the top of this. I hate round roofs in The Sims, or round rooms, or round anything in The Sims. It is so broken. Thank you, Kara, for the lurk. Okay, well, I guess the ceiling paint is not happening. I guess we're just gonna accept that it's white at the bottom. Luckily, it's also white at the top, so I think in that case we're good, but that is so stupid. That infuriates me. Okay, and then we set arrows on the road, and I was actually thinking this would be a really good place to do that, because I feel like these sides of these roads feel really, really empty. Of course, Ninja, of course, enjoy the dinner. I hope you have something nice for dinner today. Oh. Okay, hold up. No, I meant to copy that. Of course, Seaver, of course. Thanks so much for hanging out. I hope you have some really good sleeps. We're getting creative here, chat. Seeing if we can make these arrows happen. Okay, you know what? I like it, but you know what I don't like? The width of the line. So if we're gonna do it manual anyways, I might as well just completely wing it. And then I feel like, you know what? I'm gonna make it smaller. If I'm gonna completely manually do it anyways, I might as well just make it smaller. There we go. You'd think when The Sims a team added curved walls, they would also have added windows and doors that fit on them, but alas, yeah. Yeah. I think they misunderstood our request. When we said we want curved walls, they were like, okay, so they added curved walls and then just kind of stopped thinking. They just left it at that. They'll glow at night. Yeah. Look. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good. I currently live in a city I grew up in, and I feel like it feels small because between everyone I met from pre-K high school, pre-K to high school, and having a big family who I met people through as well, I end up running into people I know a lot, which is sometimes I'm not in the mood and I do catch up. Yeah. I mean, it's not like I never run into anyone I know. It definitely still happens. Okay, I need the grid for this so I can make sure that they are kind of like in the same space. So I do know what you mean. I have this mostly like when I go out or stuff. Like Rotterdam is not that big, so we do have clubs, but we don't have that many that if you go out, you will never run into someone you know. So I feel like I especially have it on nights out that I run into people from my high school and stuff. Yeah, that looks good. I feel like that makes this road also feel less empty. Also, hi Tulip, welcome in. I hope you're doing well. So if you want to get infinity monies, you actually, you know, when you're on the map view, and you are, you know, you just start up the game and you can see the whole map of a world. Then you have to click on a lot, and instead of selecting a household to play with, you can just from there's a big round play button like at the corner down here. Next to it, there's a couple more icons, and one is kind of like a little tool set. If you click on that, you go into build mode, which is basically the sandbox version of the game. If you're ever interested in like getting this explanation but with visuals, on my YouTube channel I do actually thank you for the follow, I appreciate it. I do actually have a full builders bootcamp, it's called. It's a series of videos on learning how to build in The Sims, and there's the first video which basically covers the entire UI of the game when it comes to building, and I actually explain exactly this and the difference between building from household mode versus building from infinity mode. So if that's something that you would like to see with visual instructions, apart from how I just explained it now, then I would recommend checking that out. So it is this line. Just quickly placing that down so I can kind of see, because thank you for that follow as well. I do appreciate it. Be my tour guide. You mean in the Netherlands? Because I said this earlier on stream. I am actually going to do a tour for anyone coming to TwitchCon Europe. if you missed me saying it earlier, if you're going to join TwitchCon Europe, you're actually going to be in my city. And I am going to be hosting at least one tour. But I think what I'll do is I'm going to like share it on Twitter and in my Discord up front. And I'll probably have like a little form of interest or something, like a Google form or something like that you can fill out. I'll make it very simple. I don't want to make it too much of a hassle for people, but kind of like saying what time you arrive and when you would like to join a tour. And then if there is a lot of people that might be interested, and some people might arrive on Friday and some people might arrive earlier already, I was thinking if need be, I could even do 2 tours on like 2 different days. Also, hi Dreamers Arcadia, I hope you're doing really, really well. Is there any other difference except budget? That's a good question, actually. I don't think so, no. No, I think actually that's it. And also, if there is a family that is already living on the lot that you're trying to build on, even if you go through build mode, you will still get the household budget. So if the lot is not empty, if there's actually a family living there, then you'll have to use cheats to get more money. But if the lot is empty and no one is living there, no sim, then you should be able to go into infinite build mode. That's true. Yes, you can't change the lighting of stuff unless you have a better build buy. And that's also a thing if you go through the infinite build mode. Like you can see there's no button for me here to switch to live mode. Whereas you first go into a household to play with it and then you switch to build mode. Then you can actually toggle between the two. The build is going really well. Yes, we're actually almost done. I was just adding the final details of some arrows on the road. And I think we have it. This is our city at night. Beautifully lit up. And this is my favorite time of day in our city. Our city doesn't have a name yet. I think it's just Seoul. I mean, that's what it's inspired by. Yeah. If you're a pedestrian and you're walking around in the city, you can actually walk up the ramp and then you don't have to take any dangerous crossings anywhere and the traffic can just flow naturally. Yeah, you can walk here, you can meet some people, you can get yourself a nice coffee, you can sit up here. You can even go downstairs, you can get yourself a nice ramen and then even walk up here and sit somewhere, or you can sit down here if it's a really warm and sunny day. I did figure out the ramp thingy. Yeah. We ended up using a thicker roof trim and kind of merging it into the train. It looks so good. Thank you. I'm really happy with how it turned out. I'm gonna take another look on it on Saturday, like when I'm not streaming and I have all of the peace in the world to just check if all the details are in before I actually upload it to the gallery, because I'm gonna save it to my library just in case, by the way. Just realized this. Let me quickly turn off my shaders. It looks quite fun on the gallery picture, not gonna lie. I didn't realize how fun it would look, but it actually looks like a city if you look at it from the gallery picture. But I'm just going to save it to my library just in case. Actually looks so freaking good. Thank you. I am really, really, really happy with how this build turned out. I'm not going to lie. This build it exactly turned out like I envisioned it. You know, when you start a project or like when you have an idea in your head, it can be really hard to then make it in The Sims. And sometimes you even try something and it's what you thought, but it's not. Made it look real and everything. It looks like it belongs. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Does anyone know in general how expensive the tickets are for TwitchCon? Last year they were 140? Something like that, 129, somewhere in the range, let's say, of 140 and 170. Maybe 130 and 170. I can't tell you the exact pricing because also it depends on how much they paid for the location and stuff. But I think somewhere along that lines, if you buy the full weekend ticket. Can't believe you built this in 3 streams. I actually cannot believe that either. I'm quite impressed with myself. I guess now you better get better for the final because with how good this is, there is no way you'll be eliminated. We'll see. Everyone is really good. I wanna emphasize that. Like, imagine being a judge and getting 10 builds like this. How are you gonna pick? I love that, Manders. An explosives expert because I blow your mind. I'm gonna keep that. I'm gonna use that as like a cheeky pickup line. Hi. Are you an explosives expert? Because you blow my mind. The finals location is Hobbiton, New Zealand, from the Lord of the Rings movie, which genuinely is going to be really hard to build. Really hard. So luckily we will have 2 weeks for that though. We don't have to do that one in 1 week. Do you have an inspo pick? Okay, I'll show it to people that have never seen Hobbiton. Also, hi, Abu. Hello, hello. Thanks for lurking. I appreciate it. Okay, so just a little screen share. Hobbiton is basically a village that is oh, you can't see it that well. It's in the terrain. And then all the builds on the inside are like super cozy, but it has like a lot of flowers and they have round doors. We don't have round doors in The Sims. Teletubby cave. Oh, yes, very much so. It's very much a Teletubby cave. Imagine having to build the Teletubby cave, but then make it really sophisticated. I feel lots of train tools for you in the future. Yes, I feel that too, and I don't like it. Of course, Amy, thank you so much for hanging out. I hope you have a great rest of your time zone. But yeah, it's going to be really green. It's going to be really lush. We can do a lot of we can add like a lot of beautiful plants, beautiful landscaping. The we're gonna make the indoors look super beautiful. I might actually try to see if I can get Scott to watch Lord of the Rings with me over the weekend, so that I can have it fresh in my mind of what it looks like. You could do a round window in the front and a door hidden in the back. You are an absolute genius, Abu. See, this is why I like building on stream, because if I didn't have you guys with me, I would struggle so much more to do builds like this. Oh, Realm of Magic, Cottage Living are going to be my best friend for sure.
Fruji clap.
Boss Lady, thank you so much for the 2 months. That's a brand new badge. Please enjoy the badge, including all of the perks that come with it. And also, thank you so much for wanting to use your Prime. You only have one of those and you decided to share it with me. Let me add you to our monthly sub board. That's not... I needed that one. Thank you so much. Do you want me to write it down somewhere? Yes, the Discord channel for build suggestions. That's the place where we've just been dumping like inspiration and everything. But thank you so much, Boss Lady. I really appreciate it. And then I think it is time for me to find someone to raid. There we go. Thank you so much. So kind of you. Because like I said, I am going to fly to London tomorrow, which means that I do have to wake up quite on time because I have to do my whole hair routine and everything. Thank you, Abu. Appreciate it so much. And I have to leave my house at 8:45, so I do have to be on time. Let me see where I can take you guys. Ooh. Hold up. Okay. I have an idea. Thank you, Abu. Thank you. So I know it's not The Sims. However, a really good friend of mine is doing a co-stream, so that's interesting to see. But also, they're raising money for charity. And I always really, really, really love to take you guys to someone who's raising money for charity because I think it's a very important thing. And this time you're actually getting introduced to two people at the same time, which I think is pretty cool because then you can just see both of them immediately. They're raising money for the American Heart Association. A lot of people usually do that in February because it's, Valentine's Day, the month of the heart. So, people raise money for the American Heart Association. And I think it's a pretty cool cause. And the thing is, this friend has been dealing with being sick for the beginning of the month. So they had this whole charity event planned out and then they couldn't stream. So, still cannot do that. You can also do this. Works too. So I would love to go over there and support them. It is not The Sims though. And I want to give the full disclaimer that it's ASMR, which if that's really not your cup of tea, I would still very much appreciate it if you come with me for this raid and show some support for someone who's doing a charity stream. But I do want to be completely upfront about it because I know some people genuinely have an ick for ASMR. And then I don't want to raid you into something that is very uncomfortable. They're not doing typical ASMR though. They're just doing kind of like a chatting stream. They're chatting with another ASMR artist and they're just having cozy chats. So I just wanted to make sure to share that. If you guys want to know when and what I stream, and also if you want to see updates from London, I'll make sure to share them in the Discord as well. Feel free to join our Discord community. I would absolutely love to have you there. Also, if you want to follow me on any of my other socials, like I said, I will do a lot of Instagram stories. So if you want to follow all the travels in London in even more detail than I'll share on the Discord, feel free to join me on Instagram. And yeah, the awards thing, the ceremony. Yes. Thank you. Yes, exactly, Laura. So I know that it's not for everyone, so I just want to make sure to share that. If you're going to come along on this raid, feel free to copy and paste one of the raid messages. I'll post it in chat and then I'm going to start that raid. Oh, the new raid thingy, it keeps catching me off guard really, really badly. There we go. I'm going to start that raid. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me today. I had a grand old time. I am really, really glad that we got to finish this build because I was a little bit scared that I might have to work over in the weekend again, but it's really nice that we actually got to finish it. I am super proud of us as a community. Thank you all so much for hanging out and for helping me so much with all of these builds, for allowing me to do such a cool competition. I cannot believe that we're in the week before the finals. Thank you all so much. Have a great time zone, and I'll see you on the next one.